I love it. I love it.
Props.
Alright guys, welcome to the first stream of today's Call to Arms event. I'm Kevin, you guys know me, I'm the Director of Operations over here at StackUp. I have an insanely cool surprise for you guys today though. I have not only a really cool game that I've been bragging to you guys about for like the last week, you've kind of seen me blowing all my free time on it, you know, free time whenever that does exist, but I actually have some awesome folks here with me today. Alex, you want to introduce yourself real quick to the awesome audience stopping by?
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I'm Alex, first officer on Star Crusade. We'll be teaming up today with StackUp to raise money for veterans.
And we appreciate it. Guys, if you guys have not checked this game out, go check it out. The big thing to do, for all you guys that don't know it, is right below the channel and in the channel description at the top on all the social media and everything. You guys see that really cool download link? It says SUC2A 2016. That is a special download where these guys are donating $1 for every person that downloads the game. And also, a cool thing you guys get to do is for all you folks that can drop in the chat that you've downloaded the game using that link, we're going to be doing a special gameplay night sometime either this week or next, depending on when we can organize it. And I will be personally chatting with folks, playing games. You guys get to kick my ass at the game. Trust me, it'll be fun. So, Alex, brand new person in this game. What should we tell these folks about this game? Oh, I think we lost you on audio there, Alex.
I'm talking to myself. I'm back. So Star Crusade is a CCG set in sci-fi universe. It's a brand new universe. Got a lot of different, a lot of fun stuff for you to do. Aliens, cyborgs, humans, all kinds of stuff. And you can customize your deck. You can have variable deck sizes. You can do different factions, different strategies, and we'll jump into all of that. So for starters, we could just get into the game, and I'll give you an interactive tutorial.
Awesome. So you tell me where to go, Alex. You are the captain of the ship.
Why don't we go? We're gonna do. Let's just hit play.
All right.
You got some decks there, some starter decks there.
Yep.
So let's choose. You can just kind of scroll through those and. We're
gonna start at the top and kind of tell people what each one of these really cool races does.
Yeah, so, and actually I can see there that you haven't unlocked the Anunnaki. We've got to get you to unlock the Anunnaki.
It's the one person I can't seem to find. Like, I played everybody else.
Yeah. So we'll do that today, hopefully. So the Consortium is our faction of humans that are running a consortium of basically commerce, spies, mercenaries and other do-gooders in the Star Crusade universe. So they do a lot of sly tactics. They do a lot of mercenary usage and sneaky, basically sneaky stuff.
God, those mercenaries stack up real quick too.
They do, yeah. We can do a rush mercenary deck, so we can put that together. Then the Terrans are just your basically powerhouse military faction. They bring a lot of firepower to battle. They blow things up, really is what they do.
Those massive class cards, man. Those things huge.
Yeah, so massive, well, massive, there's a lot of massive in neutral cards, so basically every faction can use it. But there's the Shanti have a specific module that interacts with a massive that we can also kind of get into. So the game has modules, which is basically customizable commander abilities that you can bring to every battle. So every deck that you set up, you can put in 1, 2, or 3 modules into it. So I say let's just grab the base Terran, hit the practice, and let's just get into the game. We'll see what's in the base deck. I haven't seen a base deck in a while, actually. So.
Hey Heath, thanks for stopping by, bud. You should definitely check this out. I know you're like me. You love the CCGs. You should check this out. Seriously, we'll play some games sometime. Now, everybody, remember, disclaimer, I am terrible at video games. I run a charity that uses video games. I am myself not good at video games. Please keep this in mind. All right, Alex.
What are you talking about? You have to be good at video games.
Oh, shh, don't tell anyone that. They're not supposed to know. It's a secret.
All right, so in the beginning, so we choose our cards. We choose which cards to throw away. So we've got 30 cards in this deck. We're playing against an opponent who also has 30 cards. So nobody gets an extra card. In Star Crusade, whoever has fewer cards in the deck actually gets an extra card at the beginning. So we'll set that up. So once you get rid of the Nymph gunship and Myrmidon squad, and let's keep the gun turret and syndicate stormers, and we'll see what else we get.
Boom. So looks like
And
we
the
got.
base deck-
Go ahead.
Yeah, the base deck is actually let's see what we got in there.
We got
Probably-
another gunship, command promotion, and
Okay, so we've got. I can see you got the sniper. You can just pass that turn. You don't really have anything we can do there unless we use the initiative to get the extra supply. So like in other card games that you've seen, Hearthstone or Magic or whatnot, you get one supply per turn, and it goes up. Goes up to 2 supply, 3 supply, etc. And you've got your cards, which obviously cost supply. On top of that, you've got your commander modules to the right of the commander here. So you've got that one, which is deploy guardsman for 2 to the right of your commander portrait, and you can actually just hit that right now. You'll deploy a guardsman.
boom.
So that's one of the modules. But when we'll go back to the deck manager, you'll see that we've got a lot more modules to choose from. You don't have to bring that one. You can bring that one and another one, and hit your end turn button. Owazarim, welcome to the stream, my friend. Good to have you. How are you?
So we've
Owazarim
got
also
a bunch of
streams the
stuff.
game for us.
Does he? Oh, I
Yep.
love streamers.
Yeah, we love our streamers as well. So, Awaz, thanks for that. Thanks for joining. So you've got 3 supply now. Let's put together. What do we have here? Do we have anything for 3 or for 4? So you can use your initiative for 0 to get that extra supply,
All right, I like it.
and then deploy either a gun turret for 4 or the gunship for 4. Up to you, really.
Well,
You actually might lose under my guidance because it's been a while since I played the base deck, but I swear I'm pretty good at the game.
I'm gonna go with the gunship. I don't know much about Star, but at the same time, as a card game player, I like having card advantage, so the additional draw seems nice.
You got it, yeah, get the draw. So meanwhile, I'll tell you about the, do the gunship. I realize that I'm a little bit behind here.
No worries.
So next turn, I'm guessing he's going to, you can attack the face, or you can clear that 1/1 contractor.
Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and do a share screen in the call as well, so you have a
Oh,
little bit
great.
more of an up to date time as far as.
I say we just eat as much bandwidth as we can.
Yeah. No. Why not? Why not? Right.
That's really the name of the game here.
Yeah. We don't have multiple fiber lines in this house for no reason, I guess. Guys, if the stream does start lagging, feel free to let me know. I'm going to adjust accordingly.
Cool. Yeah, I see that. All right, I'm a little more loud now. So he deployed a bodyguard. So because we're playing practice, basically practice AI, he's only got the 1 module. It's the starter module for the consortium. And the meat of the game is really customizing your deck with different sizes, different cards, and customizing your modules. And we'll get into that in a little bit.
All right. So tell me about firepower. I see that over here on my command promotion card.
Yep, firepower. So we need to boost your firepower, but I don't actually see, you don't have anything in the deck. Hence, we need to update our base decks. You don't actually have anything in your cards right now, in your hand, that allows you to boost your firepower. If you did, you could then use that command promotion to buff your cards.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I
But
like that.
if you see the number to the right of the commander, the 8 right now.
Yep.
So that's your energy. That's the secondary resource in the game. So energy can be used on cards that say energize. So you've got the sniper, and he actually has she has the energize ability. So you could activate, deal damage, and then go back. It goes back to your hand just like that. So don't play it again, because you're gonna lose the sniper then. So you only got the 2 energy. So we want to keep using the sniper like that.
Ah, I got you. So the sniper's kind of like a rinse and repeat method.
Yeah, exactly. Just make sure you got enough energy to keep on cycling it.
Okay. I'm starting to catch on here.
Yep. So
Went ahead and threw us down a nice little syndicate stormers.
Syndicate Stormers.
And
Now, do you hear the sound effects on your end?
one second, I can turn those on. I turned those
Yeah,
off so we
just
could
a
hear
little
you
bit.
a little bit better.
Yeah, so the FX, you can leave the music off, but FX just a little bit, because they're going to probably get loud. That might be too much already, we'll see.
Boom! Whoa! Yep, stuff's blowing up the second I came back.
All right, so let's. You can deploy the big Corvette, the 5.
Oh
You
yeah.
notice it has the massive tag, and you've got a little icon, a little blue icon that says massive, and you can actually see the green icon on the support sentry drone top left, and a little gun indicating a mercenary. So those are the types of units,
Okay.
and there's other that interact with different types.
Now, is there a certain I know a lot of people in CGs use the strength is the front end, the health is the back end. Is there a minimum requirement on the front or back end as far as values go for something to qualify as a massive, or is that just a general class of card?
It's actually just a general, but it tends to be bigger cards. So we actually have. We've got an ongoing thread in the discussion about to make one card, which clearly seems like it should be massive to make it massive. We left it out. We left out the massive tag on purpose, and we sort of have a big discussion about, well, why isn't this massive? It should be massive.
I say we just make an 01 massive and then just let people completely lose their minds.
Exactly.
Be like, what is this? You don't even know. It's just an 01 vanilla massive for no reason.
Exactly.
It's called the Big Rock.
You got to end your turn.
I forget that. Ending turns.
Alright, that's alright.
I do like the amount of time, though, that you guys give for turns in this game. It doesn't seem like too much, but at the same time, I don't feel rushed all the time.
Yeah, it's we're going to do dynamic turns in the future, a little bit more dynamic, because later, like mid and late game, you definitely need the time to think. But early game, sometimes the turn timers a little bit too long. So nice, there you go. You know what's going on.
I might have played a couple of these demos.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's making fun. They're like, "You're not gonna be able to do what you want to do." I'm like, "I don't know what I'm doing."
So if you give it zeroed in too early, they're gonna kill it. So you.
Yep, I'll wait.
So
Wait till the next turn until it can attack.
The guardsman critical.
Yep.
You want to wait until it's your turn and he's activated. He can actually attack to use him.
So Alex, tell me about the critical mechanic.
Yeah, critical, just as long as you deal 1 damage, you kill the unit that you deal the damage to. And that can also, it can combo with other stuff like Arc Attack, which deals damage to adjacent. So let's see what we can do here to clear this guy. So you can give him critical and, kill the big guy.
Yep, I'm 3/6. Taking him out.
Yep.
For those of you guys that might be more familiar with the Magic Gathering card game or Hearthstone, far inferior card games, of course. Death Touch would be the term that you MTG folks are familiar with, and I believe Poison or Toxic is the Hearthstone one.
I actually forget. Obviously I love those games. We played a lot of those games. I drop a Sentry Drone here for 3, and then the Myrmidon for 4, and then just, I don't know, hit him in the face maybe.
I like it.
Because you have a 5/2, it's not gonna hold on too long.
You said it has that at the end of each turn it takes 2 damage, right?
Oh, did you buff it or what happened?
No, it was he used
discharge.
discharge. Yep.
Damage. Oh, he doubled it, so it's gonna take 2. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a deck. I want to show you some more interesting stuff, and I'll see what you've got already.
I like it. All right, let's do.
Oh, so you can combo that guy with a sniper and kill that screen. Yeah, so critical does not kill shielded units because it doesn't deal damage OAS, thanks. And it also doesn't, like, if there's a unit with soak, which basically negates the first damage, then that doesn't kill it either. Because as long as no damage is dealt, then critical doesn't take play. Alright, you're a pro with the sniper. So basically in this deck, I think all we've got from Energize is this sniper, so you can use it to crazy extent. But once we make our deck, a lot of the modules use energy, and there's a lot of cards that use Energize to give you this option.
I like it.
Yeah, we're just doing a really vanilla run now. And
all right, here we go. We finally got Spider Walker. Gives me +1
good.
power.
That's firepower. So put that over there, and I don't know if it's worth it to trade for that 4. Can you do the sniper? I wonder if
Wait, I got you. Yeah.
Let's try to do
Let's do
whack
this.
stuff.
And then
You might have to actually. Oh, you don't have
I'm gonna be just a little bit short because the spider walker. Daggone it. I could.
Let's deploy another dude, maybe.
Yeah. We'll make sure we still get value.
And hopefully he won't. Just leave it alone. Let's see what he does. You know, never.
It did AI.
Count
We can
AI
hope.
to do some wacky nonsense. Oh, that 5.8. Yeah, in fact, there it is. That's the 5.8. That's the one that should be massive. The Viking.
The Viking Destroyer. I was wondering if that was the one you were talking about.
And you know why that's not massive? I'm glad you asked, Kevin. Because you see, it's clearly a light vehicle, a light craft. It's a Viking Destroyer. You can see it's a light craft. And so it's not massive. That's why.
So we need to get someone doing the artwork to add at least like 4 more layers of wings and like 10 gunship turrets. Got it. That's what I'm hearing.
Exactly.
It is a little bit small of a craft for what I would define as something with the title of Destroyer. But, you know,
True,
hey, that's
true.
just
But
me.
look
Just
at
me.
the Corvette, for example. You see how huge that is.
Yeah, I know. Say that thing. That's massive.
That's massive.
Like that is. There's probably at least 15 people in that thing.
And now, why is that have stats 5.6 and the Destroyer is a light craft that's 5.8? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the Destroyer is piloted by superior pilots.
All right, guys. Hey, I like it. I like games that have a little bit of reasoning behind what they do. It works for me, man.
All right, I'd say we could do try to go for face. I mean, we just drop a gun turret and just go. Yep, green choice rover.
We're just
And
gonna
then
just dump
another
all the big
three.
things.
Yep, command promotion. You can clear the 6.6 if you want. The 5.6.
Ah, there we go. Alright, I like it. Save more of our guys. Because now he's gonna have to wing destroyer the gun turret. Boom. Unless he wants to drop another Viking destroyer. Full Viking destroyer squad. So we're sitting at 22 and we've got 11 on the board, guys. Not quite, but luckily we did get that zeroed in.
Nice. Oh, that's great. Take care of the that big guy. 5.8.
Boom.
And then you thinking trade with the
I'm
5.5
thinking.
or leave the firepower?
I think I might just leave it and just hit it in the face.
There you go. It's always good.
We'll go ahead and pick up another guardsman just cause. Why not? Those
Uh-huh.
guys like getting thrown at the wall. Why not?
Yeah, Mikey Sprout. A lot of our guys play a lot of different games, so they're definitely influenced by. You're saying that it reminds them of the Mothership from Homeworld. Homeworld's obviously a great game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great! So you got that gunship should give you +1 everything. We should be what 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Should be just what we need. And boom.
Math, it's me.
And if not, well, hey, it's cool.
All right, and then we'll see. Because you open some boosters, and we'll see what you've got in your collection.
Awesome. That sounds good to me. See, guys, it only took 10 minutes and one of the best devs over there hand-holding me and walking me through it for me to win a game.
It's totally my fault.
It's a practice game, too, so, I feel really accomplished right now. Oh, so, before we pass by a screen, this is something that we probably should explain to folks. Alex, my guy's leveling up right now. You want to tell
What's
folks? My guy just leveled up off of that game.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you'll get cards, you'll get access to modules as you level up. You want to level up everybody. And our goal today is to unlock the Anunnaki. So we got to defeat an Anunnaki player.
Oh, hey guys.
Thanks, Fuzzy.
If you aren't checking this out, guys, this is how awesome these guys are. This is an in-game announcement telling folks to come check out the stream and hang out. See what I mean? Like this is what happens when the video game industry gets behind good causes. We like it.
Oh, and we love it. So, Fuzzy, if you want to download the game, make sure to use that link. We're going to be running a promo all weekend long where we're going to donate $1 for every download through the link, and then we're going to continue raising awareness for the cause all weekend and all throughout the week.
So not only, Fuzzy, should you download it, but you should make sure your friends download it too. It's a
Definitely.
fun game, and you guys might even get a chance to beat the crap out of me at it later on this week.
All right, so let us see. Let's look at hit your decks. Let's see what you got in there. Let's see what you opened up. So it looks like you got 20 more boosters. We could definitely go through those at some point later on.
All right.
That's always fun.
Now, if I'm a new player, I've got a couple of cards, I've won a couple of games, I'm just getting into this whole deck building experience. What would you say is probably the new player-friendly faction, so to speak? I know I'm a big fan of the Shanti, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'd love to show you the Shanti because it's got so much fun mutate stuff. And once we make a deck, I'm gonna duel you with my ridiculous deck, Shanti deck, and we'll see some really wacky stuff. Probably for really beginners, it'll be Terran. Like if you've never played CCGs before, Terran is a great start because it's very straightforward. There's a lot of destruction. You just destroy the units, you deploy units, and it's pretty straightforward. But if you've played CCGs, then you can try other factions. Like you can try the Hierarchy, or the Shanti, or the Hajir Gag. The Shanti is probably the Anunnaki is probably the hardest. So it requires a lot of technical.
It has nothing to do with the fact that that's the one faction I have unlocked, guys. I promise. I promise.
Right. So that one is the hardest technically to play with, and the Shanti probably would be second hardest because you've got to really understand the mutations. But once you get it, it's very straightforward. Awaz was asking if it counts if we delete and re-download the game. Nobody, but I'll definitely put your name down anyway. Please don't delete the game. That's the purpose.
Now, for those of you guys out there, like I said, this is obviously you guys are going to be seeing me playing this a lot more. You guys remember I used to stream a lot of Magic the Gathering, a lot of Hearthstone. CCGs are my favorite thing in the world. So you'll probably hear me making some comparisons throughout the day, just because I know folks that are stopping by that might see me tagged and stuff are familiar with games I played in the past. Want to make sure that we're, people are understanding some of the terminology. So, Alex, I love you guys. I'm in no way trying to compare you guys to other games. I like this one better.
Oh, it's totally fine. We love those games as well. Totally fine.
So for my my NTG guys, basically the Shanti is going to be your basic rush deck. You're looking at probably like a anywhere Gruul and or maybe like a Naya base rush combo. Think elves meet goblins. Definitely an awesome combo. For my Hearthstone guys, you're looking at like probably like a Zulok type deck. Obviously, those either play the Demon Rush and or any of the previous aggro mages. You guys will love the Shanti. In fact, my favorite card easily in this game, I've gotten the crap beat out of me by it, and I've also gotten to do some really fun things with it, has definitely got to be the Nyx Hound. That Nyx Hound, that thing just gets so big so fast.
It could. It could, yeah. Let's see. So it's funny that you say the Shanti. Technically, right now, it is used a lot to rush. But yesterday I decided to finally test out the Shanti control deck, like a quasi control deck, and it's kicking a lot of ass in ranked mode. So I think I think you can go a lot of different things with Shanti.
And see, guys, that's the nice thing about this in comparison to some of the other CCGs. In other CCGs, you constantly find yourself in archetypes where specific things are designed for specific colors, classes, etc. One of the really cool things, excuse me, over here, I'm choking on myself. Yeah, I know, right? One of the really cool things about this game is like you mentioned, they have everything covered. It's great. So I'm gonna let Alex walk us through some deck crafting, and I'll stop talking here.
No, you're good. I mean, I'd love to hear like the different differences and comparisons between different CCGs, because it's always interesting to see how you can bring like deck concepts from other games and adapt it to Star Crusade, for instance. So you got that actually looks pretty good. Let's see how many pages do you have there for Shanti? 2, 3. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I might have had a faction I liked more than others.
And do you have a Shanti deck that you've put together already, or did you play base?
I have like a really basic
Let's
one.
take a look at that. Let's edit it out. All right, Dormant Pathogen at a Shea, that's going to bring us +1 attack. Syndicate Tough, that's a good early unit. Rippers, obviously, Unstable Transformation is going to allow us to convert anyone we want into a 4/3 in case they're getting low on stats. Infected Militia, of course, will allow us to get these devilish brood eggs. Mutagenic Balm, let's take it.
I was 50-50 out on that one. It was one of those, I was running into a lot of consortium that was just kind of ignoring what I was doing, goes straight for the face.
Yep. Yeah, so let's take it out. And also another thing we're going to do is if we're going to make a rush deck, we're going to go 25 cards.
25?
Right?
All right.
Yeah. If we're going to go rush, we got to go rush.
So now you bring that up, like, for those you guys aren't familiar, like we talked about a little bit briefly if you weren't here, your starting health is based off of your starting deck size. So Alex, with that in mind, what would you say is a good guideline for those of them that are wanting to build either like a rush deck or maybe a tempo / mid-range or a control? Are there certain, I don't want to say like thresholds, but
guidelines? Yeah, I mean, it's so the main thing to remember is whoever has fewer cards in the deck gets an extra card at the beginning of the game. So that's kind of important. So, for instance, if you've got a 25 card deck and I've got a 26 card deck, you're still going to get the extra card.
ooh.
So that's why if rush is important for you, you need to get the exact. Anytime you really need to get the cards that you need to have fewer cards in the deck. Because if you got 25, you draw 4 at the beginning of the game. You throw those out, you get 4 more, so you now got 8 chances out of 25 to get the cards that you need. So you got pretty high chances to get what you need. The downside, of course, you can have less health.
So as always, guys, when you're playing CCGs, make sure whenever you're playing, you kind of keep in mind what cards you've already gone through, so you don't expect that one card at the end of the game. Like, man, if I just hold out a little longer for that one card.
Right.
Oh wait, I played 2 of them already. That's happened to me so many times.
Me too. Yeah, Petrus Patron was saying that Brigands of Arcturus is a favorite, and he got it in his first pack. That's a Paragon. It's one of the most rare cards, and it's definitely an interesting one.
So we took out the 2 mutagenic bombs. Was there anything else you were seeing that we might need to do some work on here?
Genetic Trigger is good because it's got an energize ability. It allows us to really buff up our aberrations. Aberrations is a type of creatures that the Shanti control. Can you hover over the icon of a dude on top where your modules are? It says 10 and 16, number of tactics and number of units, and it'll tell us how many aberrations. Okay, so you got 12 aberrations. So that means you've got an aberration heavy, which means that your mutagenic growth that you've got in here and your genetic triggers work well because they work with aberrations.
Now, would you say it'd be fair to compare the different unit types to what others might be familiar with as far as the tribes of other CCGs?
You could definitely do that because that's ultimately it's just a tag, right? It's a way to tag a group of cards. But what we do with it, so we have some modules that reference the types, and we have cards that reference the types. So modules, if you go into fusion mode.
I didn't even know I could fuse modules. That's a whole different world right there.
All right, so let's look at some modules. Let's look at active genome here. Draw a random card from your deck. It gets additional text. This unit gets mutated after being deployed. So if you've got a lot of units that do have the mutate tag, and we're actually in the next balance patch, I think we're adding some cool mutate abilities to units and beefing up some existing ones. So this module is going to come into play, and that 10 cost is the energy cost associated with it. So you could actually, if you're doing a rush deck, we could put this one in and then pull cards faster.
Now,
pull unit cards.
I know in other ones like the mercenaries or the support-based units, for those of you who are familiar with the tribe concept and other CGs, they have lords, and lords are people that specifically buff units of that type. Support has one, and from what I saw, mercenary has one. I did notice there wasn't an aberration one. Too strong?
One, there's not yet. So, but what we have for aberration is there are these tactics that you can use, right, that target specifically aberrations.
I like it.
Oh, and going forward, our next, because we're working on a new expansion right now, the Braxian expansion. We'll talk a little bit about that later. And that expansion is going to have double types. So you could have a support massive or an aberration mercenary, if that makes sense.
Oh, I love hybrids. Hybrids so much fun.
There's going to be hybrid types. And that's going to, because right now, for instance, the Shanti, they've got some aberrations which are clearly
massive.
And they really need to be to be massive in order to be targetable by certain units and certain tactics and modules.
Now, does
And
that
so
mean the one massive unit they have is going to gain the aberration type?
They have, yes, so yes, exactly.
Because I was a
That
bit
massive
surprised the
should be
Locust
massive.
Reaper was not an aberration. I mean, I understand that thing is massive. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it. This thing is literally eating a planet in its
we
its
had
picture.
to-
So clearly, it's not a small thing, guys.
Yeah, we had to make a choice there, go massive or aberration, and I can't imagine not putting a massive tag in that thing.
No, hey, it's an 8/8 for 6 guys. You spend 8 energy at the beginning of your turn, or it's disabled, meaning it doesn't have the ability to attack. If I remember correctly, Alex.
Yeah, but you can use elaborate ways to like give it screen or give it other abilities that make it a beast.
Now,
Or
it
you
looks
could
like
of course use it if you have
No.
the energy.
Alex, this might be a better question for you. It looks like we have a question. How is XP earned for ranked games determined?
Oh yeah, so Awaz is asking about XP. So basically, it's not. I think it's not really based. I don't have the exact formula, but I believe it's just for wins you get a little bit more, for losses you get a little bit less. And I don't want to mislead you. So I don't think that ranked versus casual gives you different XP. It might be that ranked offers a little bit more than casual or practice, but to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. But in general, it's just losses give you more than, wins give you more than losses, but losses still give you XP.
Stop by the stream next weekend, guys. That's one cool thing I forgot to mention. These folks are going to be back next weekend for our makeup weekend. I'm sure we can put together a couple of questions throughout the stream that we'll try to get answers on for you guys by next weekend. Give you guys a reason to stop by.
Yep.
Other than, of course, Alex's amazing personality and my complete lack of ability to play this game.
Oh, we'll see about that.
All right.
So you've got natural selection, which is another module that I wanted to show you. Yep, to the right. That's the one. So that one, if you control 3 or more aberrations, one of them mutates at the end of your turn. So this is another cool one for rush decks. You can effectively. Okay, we've convinced you to
Yep,
put
you sold me right there. I was done.
All right, so there you go. So that one, yeah, you can auto-include. It's a passive one. It takes a spot in your module. So remember, anytime you don't bring a module, so if let's say if you only have one, the other 2 are going to generate energy for you at the end of the turn. 1 energy per turn. If you bring 2 modules, you're only going to get 1 energy per turn. And if you bring 3, you're going to get no energy per turn. So you're going to have to earn it another way, like destroying enemy units or attacking the commander.
Now, is there a set amount of energy I gain for destroying an enemy unit?
Yeah, you get energy equal to that unit's supply cost. So you can just hover over them, see how much they cost, and that's how much energy you're going to get.
So, guys, blow up big things to do big things is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
I like it.
I would say you could try. I mean, I love the viromorphic spores, but that requires a lot. That's the one that I use for my deck. So take a look at the viromorphic spores.
Oh,
12.
goodness. Spread effects to target unit from adjacent unit to his left. Ooh.
Yeah, so you can do crazy stuff. You can spread armored, you can spread mobility, you can spread mutate effects. So you can, like, for example, the Nyx Hound, it grows. If you mutate it, why not put that one next to some massive unit and give that unit the mutate ability?
Oh, guys, that's we're gonna hit the create button. It's just gonna happen. I have officially been sold.
Well, the thing is, that one probably doesn't work too well with the deck that you made because it's just rush, but we could try it.
No, see,
So
you've already got me curious in this control style I'm gonna have to play around with later on as well. So I feel like that could work very well in that as.
Definitely, that's what I have now. All right, so you can get out of fusion mode.
Okay.
On top, and now you can equip some extra modules. You can bring natural selection and the viromorphic spores here. You could try. I mean, we could try.
Sure, why not?
And dormant pathogen here, I don't think it makes sense because dormant pathogen gives you.
It's much more controlled, to be honest.
Yeah, so you can finish off the commander with it, but you need a lot of ways to mutate. So I think those guys are good. You need some 2-drops, and let's see what you have for 4. You have 2 Master Gene Shapers, which lets you mutate, which is great. We could just keep it to 1 Master Gene Shaper and 1 Brood Host.
I don't know if you guys have seen this. This Brood Host is disgusting. When you play it, you give a friendly unit revenge to deploy this unit. But the thing is, it works well on bigger, more expensive units. Yes,
if you play a Brood Host on a tiny unit, yeah, you get it back, but it's it was a 1-2 cost anyway.
And just to clarify, guys, you get the unit that is affected by this ability, not the Brood Host back. Now, well, before you guys get all sad,
Yes.
think about it. Like he said, you drop this on like an 8 supply cost thing, you get that back.
Yep, redeploys it.
Now, Alex, when it redeploys the unit, do we still get the activate abilities? Or enter the battlefield, as others say?
Activate is when you play it from your hand, so I don't think so.
Alright, so those of you might be more familiar with it, activate is based off of a cast. So my MTG guys, this is a cast-based effect. This is not an ETB trigger. Same thing for my Hearthstone folks.
Your MTG experience here is very helpful, actually.
I owned a few MTG stores back in the day, and I was also a judge for Magic the Gathering for many years.
Awesome, that's great.
So it's why I love trading card games. They're great. They're great.
Well, make sure, you let me know, keep me updated your experience with the game as you go.
Oh,
because,
definitely.
We're definitely tracking, and the whole point, I love to do this kind of stuff and get involved in community stuff of all kinds, is because I get to hear people's experience as they begin the game, as they progress. 500 hours in, 1,000 hours in, Steam tracks these things, so it's always a pleasure to see
I've
how
actually
it goes.
already had requests from 2 people since we started streaming if we might be able to do a SCCG for MTG players type video where we actually take the terminology and compare them side by side for newer players.
I'd love that. I'd love to hear that, because I'm not also like a high level MTG player. I played it basically since the 90s, but nothing, like I never got too deep into it.
But yeah, no, guys, so it sounds like that might be something we can do, guys. So keep an eye out for that. Whenever that goes out, we'll make sure to tag everyone in it. That's a great idea there, Peps. So I've got people also messaging me on the side on Twitter, on Discord. I've got people reaching out on Twitch. So if you guys are in the chat and you don't see the message I'm referring to, I apologize. So we're at 24 here. Are we low enough? Do we need to add some more stuff?
Let's see what you have for your 4. You just got those 2, right? The Master Gene Ship and the Brood Host. You got 2 Bioneedle cannons, which are good here.
I really like these Bioneedle cannons. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's a good one. And you can combo some stuff. So you could use some 2 drops. So let's go see what else we have for 2. And go neutral. So I think we've got everything here. So Corrupted Hound, actually, it's a 1 drop. Because it's got mobility and you can combo and mutagenic growth.
That seems like a good idea. We should probably add 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah.
We have to make another one real fast.
Oh yeah. And there's a lot of ways, like we get a lot of questions, obviously, is the game free to play, how easy it is to progress, and I leave that to the players to answer, but what we've heard was that it's because we've got a lot of ways that you can get credits, get boosters, you can, even a few spots in ranked gets you some good rewards. We've got missions you could do. We give 5 credits per win, and we do giveaways. A lot of times we'll probably do a giveaway today. We'll do promo code, and so there's what we've heard is it's pretty easy to progress at a good pace.
I definitely agree. One of the cool things is, guys, they also have daily missions where if you complete these missions, they're victory, so to speak. Not only do you get some cool credits that can get you packs, but you also get experience points as well.
Yeah.
And that's not counting my favorite thing, which we're going to have to at least do 1 before the end of the day. Raids, guys. I love the raid system. It's so cool. For you guys aren't
raids
familiar.
are getting they're getting another overhaul coming soon. There's going to be even more like interactive stuff you can do and choices you can make, and you'll be finally able to actually change the size of your deck in raid and put in different modules, so people will get a chance to play with all these different modules finally in raid.
So guys, if you're new to it, obviously I have a little bit of a twisted perception. A lot of folks from the CCG community say that anytime you're doing somewhat of a draft mode type experience, you want to wait till you have a decent amount of understanding as far as things like that go. But my personal opinion, I love anything that is draft. In MTG, we have the draft experiences. In Hearthstone, we've got the arena experiences. And here, they're called raids. And honestly, this has got to be my favorite version. As a newer player coming in the game, I actually like the what's called the limited experience as far as you're getting shown a lot of things that are new. You get to interact with a lot of things that are new, and it's not just here, take this. This is what you have to deal with. You actually get to make choices. So I don't know. I'm a little bit weird. I actually ran the raid like 4th game I played.
How did you do?
I loved it. I got 2 out of 3 victories off the bat, so I was happy.
Pretty good. Yeah, I think you get, so with raid, I think the first one is free, and then there are 100 credits. But you get 3 cards guaranteed from any raid, and so that's half a booster pack, and then even a few victories already puts you basically break even. So we've had people
and scrap. Don't forget scrap too.
Yeah, exactly. You get scrap, you get cards, you get boosters, you get all kinds of stuff. And yeah, people have gotten, like 15 wins and 20 wins and absurd rewards. Drop paragons of dropping right. So, but you have to be, like you said, you have to have an understanding of the game, because it's also easy to go, 0 for 3.
Hex, I'm with you on that one, man. Love the raid system. Rob, welcome to the channel, bud. Thanks for stopping by.
Hex, Natural Causes also. Good to see you here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we could take out, you want to take out a 3-drop to really, to keep us at 25?
Now, in your opinion, the Brood Mothers, I'm not sure they're quite aggro.
It's not, but it might give us the damage that we need, and we need stuff that mutates, right? Because we got natural selection. So I would rather get rid of mutagenic growth.
Sounds good. You want 1 or 2?
Oh, you know what? Let's lose 1 genetic trigger and keep 2 mutagenic growths, because
I like
we might
that.
be able to
I like
go
that.
for that. All right, let's try it. Let's save.
All right, we'll save.
And let's go practice or casual.
We can do casual.
Let's do casual.
I like it. Actually, here we're gonna dare this guy. So
Don't do that.
We're gonna be ambitious. We're going to ranked. Can't stop it.
You know what? It's funny because I say it's funny. I'm like I have a mental block against ranked, and I am the one who's encouraging people to play ranked. And the truth of the matter is, there really is no downside to play ranked, because you get rewards for even reaching rank 29, which is the first.
Yeah, I got to rank 27 last season. So you guys just updated the other day. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, so there's no reason not to go ranked necessarily. There's like even I have the mental block, but there's really nothing bad's gonna happen.
Is there a penalty at a certain rank where you lose points rather than gain them if you actually lose the game?
So yeah, I think 25.
Okay,
Past rank
awesome.
25. And again, I can get back to you on that.
Hey Pixie, thanks for the hashtag stack up. Appreciate it.
Sorry.
No worries, Alex.
If you're ranked 30, then it's only going to match you up with other 30s, I think.
No worries, no worries. This is also probably one of my favorite graphics. I'm not gonna lie, I sat in a queue one night because I didn't realize my internet had timed out, and the animation was just going on for like an hour. And I was doing emails and other stuff like that, and it wasn't until after I looked over, I'm like, oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, wait a second. Look over at my other screen. I'm like, man, I've been in queue for a long time. And then I see my internet's been disconnected. I've been working on local docs the whole time. I'm like, oh, but this animation though, I like it. So I just left it up, kept working for like another hour.
We're gonna add stuff to that as well. Like we're thinking of making it like quasi-interactive, but right now we're still in early access, so the player base is fairly small, and people are scared of ranked games still. So
we'll hop over to casual then. That's fine.
Yeah, let's see it.
We want to get a game going for folks to
So
to watch
the
me and
reason why
stuff.
also ranked might take a while is because, again, you're ranked 30, so it's only going to match you up to 30s to prevent you from getting engaged with some of our longer-term players right away.
Hey, Cruel Rogue. Hey, Anthony, how's it going, buddy? I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Cruel Rogue is actually one of our regional stack directors out in California in the San Francisco area, aka also our Stack Up Rex, for those of you that have seen him around and on social media.
Great. I'm also in San Francisco. That's great.
Then I'll definitely have to connect you with Anthony. He's a great guy. He started our Stack Up Rec initiative, which is literally our new mascot, where he runs around in a T-Rex suit with a stack of cards. It's awesome. Thank you, Anthony, for subscribing. I'm going to give you crap for not subscribing already because you're regional director, but at the same time, thank you anyway. Violet, thank you for the host. You and your amazing 11 viewers, welcome to the audience. Now, Alex, we're in game. I'll stop talking so we can start talking about these cards.
All right, so we're doing
we're doing a rush, so let's go. I like infestation here. I didn't even know we have it. So just get rid of mutagenic growth, maybe.
All right, we'll confirm.
Mutagenic growth is our finisher, technically.
Oop, and we got a corrupted hound to start out with. Boom.
Right. So you actually, I would hold off maybe on the. You know what? I'll let you do your thing, but let's see it, and then I'll just keep an eye on it.
All right. Well,
Meanwhile,
since we have mobility on the corrupted hound, I'm gonna kind of steal a little bit from my other card game experiences, and I'm gonna go ahead and play the Syndicate Tough. That way, if they drop something I want to deal with, I can smash face into them. If not, then both it and the corrupted hound will have the ability to attack on the next turn. Pixie, I am Kevin. Nice to meet you, though. Marty has a way more majestic Viking-like beard that I do not have. So
you gotta hit your end turn, buddy.
Gosh, I really am bad at this. It's like right there. It's even this cool slider.
Well,
thing.
we want to put in a thing that's gonna, once you have nothing to do, it's like it's gonna start flashing and everything.
I see. Okay, I can dig that. I'd like that. As someone who is simple-minded, that works for me. Now,
just attract attention with flashing lights.
Now they dropped the 1/1 here, guys. It's a recon element. It has the +1 firepower we talked about earlier. It is a support model, and it has cloak. Alex, you want to talk to us about what cloak does as a mechanic?
Yep. So cloak doesn't. You basically can't target or attack it until that unit comes out of cloak by attacking someone else or dealing damage. You can drop infestation here. I really like infestation here to prepare, and then just. Oh, another thing is, so you've got that hover over your mutate ability for 2. To the left, natural selection, that's the one. So release mutagen. So it allows you to mutate a target unit, which activates that target's mutate ability. But also you can mutate Giharis, which is our commander, and we will lose 1 HP, but gain 2 attack this turn. And as always, Kevin, you've got to end your turn, my friend.
Boom. Now see, guys, this is why I talked about earlier about her being a really cool rush person, and a nice start off is that, while yes, you do lose the 1 health for doing the action, it makes it to where even if you don't have stuff you can play, you still have a way to play. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What can we do here?
The unstable transformations in the house.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you, if I may recommend something, Kevin?
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
All right. Why don't you mutate your own face? It's always a pleasure to say that. And then destroy the attaché 2/1 with your commander.
Boom.
And that's going to spawn our 2 incubi from our cipher, right? So we played that cipher, which basically infected whatever unit they placed with these 2 incubi, and they have vigilance. So we could, for instance, spend 1 incubi to kill his. I mean, it's up to you. We can just go face directly.
All right.
Or we can clear that recon element. Up to you.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking this unstable monstrosity might be able to.
But first, so unstable monstrosity at the end of the turn. So first attack and then transform.
All right.
I like that too. That's a good play to transform. So transform one of the incubi because your mercenary's got that ability.
Exactly.
All right, good. Now that looks rushed to me.
So the only way that turn could have been cooler, guys, is if we had somehow been able to play the Nyx Hound as well, because we do have that cool model at the end of turn. You have 3 or more auto mutate, which then would have given the +1, +2.
True. Good point.
Luckily, though, we have some other cooler stuff going on this turn now. This module makes me happy because this deck does just spawn aberrations like crazy. Now I'm assuming though that it prioritizes on natural selection the aberration that actually has a mutate ability.
So it does not. It's random.
Oh, so how does one mutate something that has no mutate effect? What would be the?
You have to hang and mutate on it, or you have to use a module that gives your units with no mutate some sort of blank mutate ability.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm thinking about doing. This is a tough choice. The Bioneedle Cannon would be nice, but at the same time, that Brood Host would probably be better on the next turn. I'm thinking Nyx Hound and just go ahead and mutate it to give it a little bit more survivability, and then we can clear board with the guys we've got now.
Works for me.
Awesome. Alright, so let's do this guy. So cool mechanic guy is called Soak. Soak basically it ignores X amount of damage each attack.
Yeah, it ignores the first one, so he will take no damage from your Merc.
But he will take the 2 damage from the Revenge
But
effect,
he will
right?
take 1 damage.
Oh, so
because-
it's not just attack; it's each effect of
so
damage.
You'll have to hit him with the Incubi, or like you'll hit him with your Merc and your face, or the Merc and an Incubi, or ignore it and just go all face.
I think we're gonna ignore it and just go all face. That seems fair.
I like that. Just getting him worn down.
So sorry for the person I'm playing against right now. I promise. Oh no. See, that's interesting. Are you sure it doesn't prioritize the character that actually has a mutate effect?
Did you get mutated?
Yeah, it mutated my my guy, even though he just killed it.
I think you just got lucky. You got that 33%
Hey,
chance.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. All right, so we are sitting at 5 supply right now. We do have our 4-3 out in Unstable Monstrosity, so I'm thinking blood hosting that Unstable Monstrosity might be good.
I like that.
That way we got multiple uses out of this guy. Now, like you mentioned, we do want to make sure we're doing all this stuff at the end of the turn, so we're gonna go ahead and swing into the face here.
I like that. I mean, we're at 16. He's at 11. Yep, you did another. So we're looking good.
We got 10 damage on the board, and if our middle Unstable Monstrosity dies, he gets buffed up. I feel bad this guy has not had a screen unit yet, which is very unfortunate against decks of this type.
Yeah.
Yep, and it looks like we do have lethal.
We have a kill. Can you do the math on this one?
I do believe we have lethal. If let's see, we got 6 to play with. Yeah, we have lethal. Ah.
So
That'd be
deploy the weapon, and then what was it, 8, 9? Oh, you're good, right? But you can actually mutate yourself again.
Oh.
You have 4 attack.
No kidding. Okay,
Yep.
so that is
And
a
after
flat
that-
boost. I like that.
So there you go. That's a rush deck. What is
Yeah,
that?
why not
Turn
do
6.
that?
Turn 6 victory.
Because, why not? It just was one of those cool things.
Of course.
There we go. Boom. And that is game 1, guys. Yeah, Anthony getting the emotes. Isn't that an awesome emote? That we love our folks that did the emotes. They're great people. More wonderful volunteers here at the Stack Up program. So see, guys, we won a game. We got some hero experience for our character, and we got credits. I like credits. Credits are good. And ooh, we got a green shaper apprentice out of that. All right, 2 of them. I may have actually already paid to build those. Whoops. As you guys can tell, I'm a little impatient when I like them. IGX, thanks for the subscription, bud. 4 months in a row, you are awesome. There you go, guys. Spam those emotes, stacking it up. Appreciate it. So, Epic One asks, queue is really long at match versus rank 10s is a rank 25.
Yeah, so that's what happens. So if there's not a lot of players active at the same time, then it's going to expand the queue, and it's going to match you up with some seemingly unfair matches at the moment. So the maximum that it'll go is 15. So that's why you're getting 10s as a 25.
Availability versus demand, guys. It happens.
Exactly. But for now, so hopefully this month we're going to be expanding our user base a little bit, so we're going to see less and less of queue times.
Anthony, make sure you download that, bud. Not only are they going to donate $1 to Stack Up for you doing that, but you'll also get to beat the crap out of me later on this week at this game. I'm getting all the super secret tricks now, guys, but don't worry, that's just going to even the playing field, considering how bad I am naturally.
So you want to open some boosters? You want to make?
Let's open some boosters. Who doesn't like open boosters? Now, I gotta ask, and guys, there might be spoilers here, so if he says no, don't worry about it. I see there are other tabs on the side of the store option.
Yep, that's coming. So I'll tell you what we have coming up. So soon, so we're working on a single-player campaign, but that's not coming for a while. Card backs is going to be with the official release. We're going to have that. And the different skins and the different commanders are going to be available as well. But it's slowly going to unlock as we get closer towards full release, because we're doing a cross-platform, so the game is going to be available on iPads, iPhones, Android phones, and tablets, and it's all going to be one account, cross-platform. So as we get closer to that, we'll unlock some of these things.
You guys hear that? Not only will you be able to curb stomp me at your home in your pajamas, loving life, but you'll get to beat me up while I'm on the Go Ahead events. So make sure, guys, I will be at E3 later on this month of June, as well as Animazement here at the end of May, representing Stack Up. Come say hi. We'll definitely play a game. I'll let you guys beat the crap out of me. It'll be fun. So,
Awesome.
Quick question though. I see the heroes and the skins. I'm assuming heroes will be alternative persons within the faction you can choose from.
Exactly.
What about
Exactly.
these skins? What?
So skins are going to be alternate art for units in the game.
Ooh.
So you're going to be able to deploy your very specific type of, like a Braxian Headhunter, as an example, or like a Corvette, but it'll be a custom Corvette.
Oh, yeah, guys, I like Corvettes, but custom Corvettes sounds so much better.
That's what I always say.
So, we're opening packs. How many are you thinking, Alex? What do we want to start off with?
Let's see how it goes. Maybe 5.
Okay. So,
I could say until we catch a Paragon, but I have no idea. What that's
I
gonna
mean, first packet, just go ahead and go home.
be.
So,
Yeah. So battle tank, arc attack. Arc attack allows you to deal damage. When you deal damage to a unit, you also deal damage to the 2 units adjacent. So you can buff this tank. It's a support tech, and you can deal a lot of damage potentially.
awesome. Pixie, thanks for the tweet out. And Petrus, I do believe that is what Alex was referring to. They are specific cards.
Yeah, specific cards. So, you'll be able to get custom art for specific units that only you have, for instance.
Now, Alex, with these, is this going to be still art, or is there the possibility of special promo animation style art type thing?
Yeah, that's separate. So we definitely want to do animated cards, like our foil or our golden cards, basically animated. It's going to look cooler, allow you to collect them, and in the future we want to allow you to trade those as well.
So you guys actually are aiming for the full TCG then?
It's never going to really be a full trading game where you can trade all of the cards, but
Right.
for instance, like the animated cards, you're going to be able to trade, and some certain subset of cards you're going to be able to trade. We want to keep it just kind of allow folks to like help out their friends, as an example, and grow the community that way. So yeah, we definitely want to do that.
So see guys, that doesn't matter if you're trying to help out your friends and new players, or if you're like me and you're just kind of one of those people that likes pimping out decks because you enjoy playing the game. I know I was a huge foil whore when it came to MTG. Everything had to be shiny and in a foreign language or go home. So that sounds awesome to me as a person, because
Yeah.
you always have like those extra really cool cards, and you pretty much just look at them and you're like, man, I guess since I can't give them to anybody or trade them, I'll just turn them into scrap. Sure. So it's awesome that we're not doing that with this. That is baller. Anthony, thank you. Obviously love the emote spam. Welcome to the emote world. IGX, thanks for the host, bud. You and your viewers, I love it. I love it. I love it. As soon as we're done staring at Alex's butt on camera, I dig it. I guess that works for
I
everybody.
can repeat that for you if you.
Hey,
Try
our
that.
viewer count went up by 6 whenever you did that. We might have to milk that more later on. Alright, we'll go to the next card. We'll go to the next card. There is an 18 up on the channel, no worries. Alright,
Good.
so we got a conscript card here. Tell us about this mind wipe, Alex.
Mind Wipe is the Anunnaki I was telling you about these guys. So it allows you to nullify the target unit, so remove all the text from it and all the abilities, and then you deal damage equal to your Psychic Charge. And Psychic Charge is the special ability of all the Anunnaki factions. They can build up the Psychic Charge. They can use modules that passively build Psychic Charge, or depending on certain game events. There's a lot of different ways that interact with it, and a lot of cards in the Anunnaki are based on the Psychic Charge.
Sweet. Alright, so we got that, guys. I really like that. It's a bit more in the control landscape for me. Ooh, now Biomonger. I like this. This was a cool card.
Biomonger, great for control decks, right? You can copy his ability, give it to other units as an example, and then you're really restoring a lot of HP.
Now, we've gone through 3 cards so far. Is there a rarity system that we should know about?
Yeah, so this is a conscript card. So if you click, there it is. So regular, conscript, elite, heroic, and paragon.
So we're looking at the top of the art frame, guys, where you see the little thing. I'm going to move my mouse around it. Obviously, it'll make the chart go away.
Yeah, there. That's exactly. That's
But
at the top of the card, and there's the rarity. So you'll see them. If we open up something above a conscript, we're gonna know about it.
So guys, basically, we want to see this cool double gold border on every card we open from now on. Totally.
Yes.
That's a thing.
Okay,
Ooh.
paid off. This is a consortium ability. Remember, I was telling you that they use like sly tactics and all kinds of.
I do
all kinds
remember
of
the sneaky.
subterfuge. So that's one of them. Adjacent units deal attack damage to a selected unit. I love our terminology. Like, if someone had never played a CCG and they come in, they're like, deal ATK DMG.
Oh,
Okay.
I love it because honestly, attack, damage, stuff like that. I feel like you guys incorporated terminology that is more suited for not just new players coming into the game, but also people that maybe have never played a TCG or a CCG, but have played video games and
Yeah.
are coming. That's just me. I like it. Or if you're, you can even go more old school. If you're a D&D player, you know what those stand for.
Exactly. You definitely do. Augmented Guardian. This guy's getting a voice change in the game, so if you you only have like a few weeks left to listen to Augmented Guardian's voice currently because he's getting an upgrade.
Now, impact would be the same as a enter the battlefield trigger or anything like that, correct?
Impact is an aura, so it's just always on.
Ah, so static
The
ability.
while this guy's alive.
Gotcha. So for my MTG guys, static abilities, obviously, Hearthstone, you guys, it's a static buff, is what they
I
call it.
forgot what it was called in Hearthstone, but essentially, yeah. So as long as this guy's around, now we do have some stuff in the game that gives you permanent buffs. So like your commander, so there would be like permanents or artifacts or what have you in MTG.
Nice.
Augmented Guardian. So this guy gives adjacent units +1 firepower. So it's a good way to really boost your tactics that deal damage.
So as long as you have 2 additional people on the field, then the moment he's played, you have a 6/6 or a 5/5 for 6 that also gives you +2 firepower.
Yeah.
Love it.
Pretty sweet.
Last but not least,
Enclave Stalker.
Got an
Alright, so
elite.
there's an aberration. It's a 3/6, and if you mutate it, it gets 3 energy. And this one in the next update is actually getting buffed additionally, where it's going to give you 3 energy anytime anyone is mutated on your side.
Okay, no, that seems a bit more in the ballpark of the ability, because I know I was playing with him before, and my concern was I always felt like when I was mutating him, it was, is there literally nothing else I can do right now? No?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
now I'll mutate him.
Yep. So that's why we're buffing it.
And we claim all our cards, folks, and we are on to the next pack. Now, I'm hoping there's a Paragon in this one. We're gonna assume there's going to be. Frenzy.
That's a Hajir Gog. So Hajir Gog are these brutal warlords that essentially power themselves by dealing damage to themselves, to their own units and their commander, etc. So this is an example of that. They get buffed, but then they take a damage at the end of turn. And that's sometimes good, because you can then activate other abilities that ping off of their damage.
They very much remind me of like the warrior or like a berserker style faction.
Yep.
Ooh, the X-15 troop carrier.
Yep. This guy will just give you a cheap supply, random unit that costs 1 supply.
There are some really nice though 1-drops in this game.
Yeah.
And since it is random, now I'm assuming random means it could be neutral, it can be a random faction, it's just a 1-drop in general.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have too many 1-drops now, but we always keep an eye on all our random abilities, that they're not too swingy, but they provide a little bit of fun and variation in the game.
Can I just say, I love y'all's artwork. Like, the artwork is stunning in this game. Warfooting is probably one of my favorite artworks.
Thank you very much. So we have an in-house team of illustrators, and I mean, we've worked on this stuff for years. There's so much art to draw.
Amazing. It's amazing. So tell me about this Warfooting card.
So Warfooting essentially is the Hajir Gog. You've got a lot of ways that you can. You've got a lot of smaller units, and you've got modules that actually create new units and put them in your deck as you play. And so Warfooting allows you now to play all of those units that cost 3 or less with mobility, so they come in and they attack right away.
Boom. So
And it's only
kind of a rush style of
two.
its own then there.
Exactly.
I like it. I like it. Oh, we got a, what is that? That is a elite. Ooh.
Elite hierarchy card. So that's an Aegis Defender. Your commander straight up becomes invincible.
So it sounds to me like there would need to be some kind of cool combo where you can make this card either like really like big as far as like health goes, or somehow make this card unable to be killed, and you
Exactly.
just
You could
smash into people.
mean, you could if you can somehow figure out how to give, for instance, that's the Terran. We have a way to protect against tactics, so you can do like emergency bunkers, which will protect against tactics. But that's a Terran card. So the hierarchy, you want to basically figure out, maybe hide it behind a screen or something else.
I like it. And that was an elite card. We haven't even got to the end of the pack, guys. Now, wait. Is the rarity always going to be the highest rarity as the last card, or is it randomly mixed throughout the pack?
No, it's all random. You always get at least one in each pack. There's one elite or higher.
Awesome. Now, this is a cool card, guys. This is another one of those massive things we were talking about earlier. As you can see, it is massive. It is huge.
Yes.
Tell us about this conscript card.
It's got a cool voice when it comes out. Well, we like it.
I like it.
It's gonna add your weapon attack. So as the hierarchy, as the Jergag, as the consortium, you got some weapons, and you can use the Orbital Citadel to get a big unit. Like you could get a 6/6 for 4 if you got a weapon.
And that is insane, guys. Value crazy. Last card, boom. Planetary Defense System.
It's a good card though. Anytime you get cards, so it's neutral. So you could technically put in firepower units on any faction, any deck, then put the Planetary Defense System at the beginning of your turn, so you have to wait one turn. It deals damage equal to a random character. So if you got 2 firepower, it'll do 2 damage.
Alright. See, I feel like we're getting a chance to definitely talk about the different cards here, guys. Like, and always, if you have questions, drop them in the chat or message us on Discord. We are here, always answering these questions. I got one from Fluffernutter48 asks, if you had to pick your favorite massive card, what would it be and why?
My favorite is the Colossus. Massive. It's a 7/7 with a shield, and if you deploy it once and attack with it once and hear it talk, you'll know why it's my favorite.
So we have to try and buy one of these guys.
It's very powerful.
The boss man himself, Steven Sugar, founder of Stack Up, is in the channel, guys. Give him some love, spam those emotes, and say hi to Stack Up Shanghai 6 for me. Alright, we're going to go on to the next pack here. Boom. First card. Reassemble. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking. I like that.
Give a friendly unit revenge, gain 2 copies. So put it on any one of your units, and then when he dies, he's destroyed. You get 2 copies into your hand of that unit.
Oh, I dig it. I dig it. Let's see what else we
Now,
got.
technically, that could get nullified. So if someone nullifies that, then you just lose your reassemble. Syndicate Tough already got one.
This is a perfect example of you should open packs and earn packs before spending your scrap to build a bunch of stuff. I might have gotten a little gung-ho and used a lot of scrap early on.
Yep.
Phase Bubble. Ooh. The Dr. Ock looking dude. I like it.
Oh yeah, exactly. You'll look at the commander. He looks like that, definitely.
So this is something Cipher. Tell us about the Cipher again.
Cipher. So it's basically you play it on your turn, and your opponent has to activate it. So it's like a secret from Hearthstone, but we're planning to add a way to make it more interactive, like allow you to be able to turn it on or off, or trigger some stuff, or do some very limited decisions on your opponent's turn. So it's very, right now the game doesn't allow you to make any decisions on your opponent's turn, and because we want to have a fluid, dynamic game, like in MTG or a few other CCGs. There's always like you do something, your opponent does something, and it can really drag on. And so we're experimenting with some stuff that'll allow us to have very quick possibility for interaction on your opponent's turn, and the ciphers would be one way of doing it.
And that seems to make sense. I've noticed a lot of the CCGs or the TCGs since Magic the Gathering have removed the concept of a instant speed spell or ability that basically gives you the chance to interact on your opponent's turn, especially for that reason. There are times where there's 15, 20 minutes of just, well, I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to do this in response. Well, I'm going to do this in response. And you're still, someone hasn't drawn a card yet.
And on average, Star Crusade is like a 7-minute games right now, 6-7-minute games.
See, guys,
So
you can fit it in anytime. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, next one, Combat Engineer.
Pretty straightforward. Support unit will give you extra 1 HP and a random friendly unit at the end of your turn. So it's just a good buff if you go into control or something like that.
There's one that does it for attack as well, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Paid off.
Off again.
Yeah.
Seen that one.
Now the cool thing, guys, is if you do get extras, they do go to your ability to make scrap, which is how kind of like spiritual essence. It allows you to create or craft other cards as well. Now a Donny Battalion credit. Ooh, now credit's something we haven't talked about yet, Alex. You want to give folks a lowdown on the credit?
Of course. So credit. The consortium usually. There are a few units that use credit outside of consortium, but the consortium is the main user of credit. So credit 2 means that you pay 3 now and 2 the next turn. And the consortium does a lot of stuff with credit. Like they have cards that will do damage for credit, or will buff for credit, or will lower the cost of your units by credit. And so it's like basically financial interactions. Like there's the financier that deals damage for every time you deploy a card with credit.
Now, if I remember right, there are also 2 ways in the game where, one, you could have the credit cost of things either lowered or removed depending on what card you played, as well as, if I remember correctly, there's one that says deal 1 damage or pay energy, deal 2 damage, and if the thing dies, you don't have to pay the credits on your next turn.
Exactly.
So some really cool effects, definitely have some stuff going on. Hey Ireland, thanks bud, I appreciate you stopping by. Download the game, there's a unique link underneath the channel, check it out over there. It's a really cool game. Every download that we get, they're giving us $1 to help support the troops. And later on this week, you'll be able to beat the crap out of me at the game. It's actually weird how many people are messaging me excited about that. I have a feeling I have a long road ahead of me when it comes to playing. But also guys, don't forget, these guys will be stopping by again next weekend on our Makeup Weekend, not only to show Stack Up some more love, but to answer some cool questions for you guys. So if you have them, drop them in the chat. Sweet. Zero Shift, I better see you download it too, because yes, it is popping like water in hot grease. Now we got 2 more packs we'll crack open here. Hopefully we'll get one of those amazing Paragon cards. Prophetic Visions. Drawing cards. I like it.
Yep. Another one with Psychic Charge, so you get a benefit if you have a lot of Psychic Charge accumulated.
Let's see what else we got. Advanced Fabrication. Now, this is what we talked about, guys. The tribes and or the unit types. Cyborg's another one like Aberration. Now
Exactly. So that's cyborgs. Hierarchy love their cyborgs.
So basically this allows us to play our cyborg units for 2 less for a turn, if I'm reading this right.
You got it.
Awesome. Oh, so we got a elite again.
Sacrificial rites. Hajirgag. Remember, they damage themselves. They destroy themselves. And in this situation, they destroy target units, so you could do a hard removal or something, but then all friendly units take 1 damage. But a smart Hajirgag player will actually use that to their advantage. So it's like a double positive.
I like it. I like it. Because a lot of their cards also have a revenge effects, right? Or effects that happen after they die.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I remember right, there's even cards that say, give a damaged unit this buff or something like that. See, guys, this right here, this is a perfect example of how us men and folks in the game industry are supported by amazing individuals. They see us streaming, they bring us food. I've got people handing me drinks underneath the webcam screen right now, stuff like that. So, there you go.
By the way, Rob Gordon asked, downloaded yesterday, does it count? Yes, it counts. Just click that link, and it'll count you in.
Boom. Alright guys, next one coming up, we've got Rippers. One of them awesome card. I like Rippers. For those of you not familiar with it, it's a lot like the Robobot from Hearthstone. You gain 1 attack at the end of each turn. The only difference being this bad boy is an aberration, and I would not like to meet a pack of those guys in a dark alley. Next we got Disrupt Communications. So take us through this one. This one's got a little bit of a fanciness to it, Alex.
Disrupt Communications. I like this one. It's a good one. So the Terrans, it only costs 2, but if you deploy it at the right time, when you're anticipating your opponent is about to play a big tactic. For instance, the Hierarchy, they have a tactic Fusion Bomb for 8, which will destroy all units. Or they have a Disintegrate for 7, which will destroy a target unit and heal them up. So if you know that they're about to drop this guy on you, just do your Disrupt Comms, and then their tactic just gets shuffled into the deck. Technically, they will still get it, but you know they don't get it at the pivotal moment. And they waste.
You could always draw another Disrupt Comms by then too.
Exactly. I mean, it's at the right time. It's just completely brutal.
Last but not least, boom! Syndicate Agent. Whenever you play a card with credit, deal 2 damage to the enemy commander. This is what we were talking about earlier, guys. Damage credits. You gotta pay for it. Seriously though, the artwork. Goodness gracious, guys.
That's great. We've got a lot of lore, so every one of these units has quite a bit of lore already written up for them, and we're gonna be putting that in game as special missions that you can unlock.
Don't tease me like that. I'm one of those people like goes out and reads the books behind World of Warcraft and stuff, or Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff, and we got our own. We're gonna have comics. We're gonna have basically monthly events which progress the story. So we're working heavily on that right now.
Guys, this is insane. Like, if this is not want to make you download the game, then stop being a bad person and go download the game. The link is below in the chat. Like, I don't see Hearthstone doing stuff like this. I don't see comic books coming out from Magic. I mean, they've got like an iPhone app, but so do they. Like, come on, guys, show them support. And we are on the last pack here, guys, before we get back in the games. Fingers crossed for that Paragon. Fingers crossed. Although, I'd be honest, we'd settle for, you know, like a heroic. Sentinel droids.
I like the heroics a lot. We have a lot of powerful heroics in the game.
Tell me about Fury and Assault. We haven't talked about those yet. Those are 2 new mechanics for us.
Yeah, so Sentinel droids also have awesome voice. I want to hear them in the game. These guys are cyborgs, very nice on a cyborg deck for Hierarchy. So when damaged, Fury means damage. It's an effect that happens only when you are not at full health. And the Assault means you attack twice. You can attack twice in a turn.
Boom.
So once they're damaged, they're going to attack twice. And you can also buff them, and with the Hajir Gog, you can simultaneously damage and buff them, which will activate the ability.
What? It's ridiculous, guys. Guided Meteorites. Boom. This is what we were talking about earlier with Hajir Gog. Split 4 damage between enemy characters. Now, I see this does not say at random. Does that mean you get to choose, or how does this one work?
No, so you're right, actually. That's what early access is all about. So we should probably say randomly. So yeah, it deals damage randomly to all characters, including the commander and the enemy units.
You guys see the artwork? I'm going to have to keep calling out this artwork because this is insane. Guided Meteorites, right? Like, everyone's just sitting here thinking, like, what is a guided meteorite? They're literally rocket propulsion systems on the back of these meteorites.
Yeah, the Hajir Gog, they live on asteroids, and so they have this unit called the Asteroid Fortress. It's a 3/7, I believe, and it comes out and at the end of every turn. It gives the controller a Guided Meteorites card.
No
But
kidding.
you can also put these cards separately into your deck, so you can theoretically have 2 Guided Meteorites in your deck and an Asteroid Fortress, which will give you more Guided Meteorites.
Boom.
And the cool thing about these is you may have noticed some dynamic effects in the game when you play, like stuff happens in the background. There's ships that fly, there's bombs that explode, there's all kinds of stuff in the background. We're adding a lot of these effects. We've really expanded the visual team, and in the coming weeks and months, we're going to see a lot of new effects. For instance, I saw the Guided Meteorites effect. You'll see these rocks just hurling down from space. It looks...
You're kidding.
It looks terrific.
That's
Yes,
so
it's
cool.
awesome.
Nightmare Blaze, hey. Fuzzy, I'm sure one of our awesome mods and or one of the lovely folks in the chat will drop that link. If not, I will do my best to figure out how to do that. I'm not quite sure what the link for a sub button is exactly on mobile. It's a good question. I'm sure one of our awesome folks will figure that out. Now, Precision Strike, Alex. 3 damage to target unit, energize for 2, deal 1 to the adjacent units. I feel like that's kind of a cool tactic that Terran's got going for him.
Yep, Terran's got a lot of firepower tactics that do damage to units and characters, and this is one of them. This is a good one.
I like it. I like it. Now, Spy Network. Uh-oh, we got an elite. Permanently lose 1 supply crate, and you draw 3 cards. I feel like this is really beneficial in that late game where if you hit your 10 supply crates. Will you get that 1 back on the next turn at that point?
You will. So like at the 10, you know, it almost costs you nothing, right? The Spy Network. But you can also do it early on. So as the consortium, you're going to make a lot of choices. They make a lot of choices where they have to sacrifice something in a hope to get something. So the Spy Network is one of these things. So even as a rush consortium player, when you hit that 4 supply or 5 supply, it makes sense for you to spend that 1 supply, get 3 cards, which is, you know, it's unmatched in terms of getting number of cards. And if that's not enough, the consortium has a crazy card that allows you to drop your entire hand and draw brand new cards equal to the number of cards discarded.
I really like that you can tell the flavor behind the faction was heavily factored in whenever creating the cards for that faction. Like you're
That's
right,
a big tenet for us.
like the Spy Network, they do have to sacrifice some to gain some, very much so like real intelligence communities. Hoplite Patrol. Oh man, this looks like somebody got like a Gundam and a Zoid together and was just like, nope, we're killing stuff. It's done.
Yep, so this guy's a cyborg. He has assault, so he's a good early unit with assault, but he actually skips 2. He cannot attack until the end of your next turn. So he, instead of, not only can you not attack that turn, but you can also not attack the next turn. So it takes a little bit to get into it.
So he's got like double summoning sickness, guys, but it's all good. He's a 2/3 for 2. That's still pretty impressive. Now, what if I gave this guy mobility?
You're set. Then you will. Actually, I don't know what happens in that case. You've posed the question that I don't think I can answer, because technically you can't attack until the end of next turn. So I'm thinking 90% chance that he will still not be able to attack if you give him mobility.
I guess we come down to what timestamp it prioritizes, the mobility or the actual original card text. See, guys, I'm already breaking stuff. I'm sorry.
Breaking the game already.
I'm already breaking it. I'm sorry. Last week, not least, we got this. This is actually a cool item that I played around with Consortium a decent bit. This does actually have some really cool synergy with some of his cards. It's a Displacer Cannon. It's 1/2. Now keep in mind, guys, something that when it comes to weapons, look for weapons here at the bottom. What this means is this is the attack on the left, and this is how many times you can attack with it. Same kind of concept as in other games, but way cooler effects. I definitely like the whole O2 Bodyguard has screen. Your 1/1 Contractor, if I remember correctly, is just, has Cloak, if I think.
Yep, Cloak.
And then your O1 Dealer reduces the cost of credits by 1.
Yep, cost of credit by 1.
So we've gone through about 5 packs, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a game real quick. We love cracking packs, but at the same time, you guys didn't come here just to watch me fail at opening cards and listen to Alex answer all my really annoying questions. You came to watch the game.
I'm gonna add you. I don't know if I have you here. Let me just check this in the game. All right, there you are. All right, so you want to do?
He wants to be my buddy. Oh, I have buddies now.
Buddies.
We're buddies. Oh, dude, your rank is way higher than mine, though. This is scary.
Oh, no big deal.
He's just like, I'm just gonna come curb stomp you. No big deal. It's all good.
Do you want to do a? You want to do a duel, or
let's do it? Let's do it. Let's fight.
All right. So you gotta to do a duel. So you gotta choose. So you're gonna go rush, presumably hit duel. I'm gonna pretend I didn't know you're going rush.
We should probably close the screen share for this game. It might be a bit complicated.
Oh no, why?
Alex likes knowing what cards are in my hand. That seems fair. Yeah, totally.
So much more interesting. Okay, so we can play. Chat, do you want me to play Shanti Control, which is this longer, completely crazy deck, or Hajir Gag Weapon deck, where I just deal damage and buff my weapon to insane heights, or the Hierarchy?
I'm gonna give the chat 2 seconds to respond, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink real fast.
Yep. So Shanti, let's just choose between Shanti and Hajir Gag. So Shanti is gonna have It's gonna have a lot of wacky stuff. I mean, we're gonna destroy Kevin. It's gonna be painful to watch. Or the Hajir Gog, which is gonna buff the weapon, and also I don't know how it's gonna fare against his rush deck. Alright, I'm going to go Hajir Gog, and we're going to see what happens. Oh, I shouldn't have started the duel. Oh. Now Kevin's going to lose his... He's only got like 30 seconds to make the choice. Kevin, come back! Alright, if anything, we'll restart. And we're going to keep the link to support the cause active all week, and we're going to keep on promoting it in the game probably the whole time as well. We'll meet up for another one, for another stream on Saturday. We also have a tournament happening next Saturday, a Star Crusade tournament, for those that are going to be able to get up to speed in the game. It's free entrance to get into the tournament, and I think the payout is just boosters mainly. The last time we had a tournament, we have a tournament every couple weeks, or we're planning to. Okay, so we're in the game, so basically we're going to wait until Kevin comes back. We're probably going to restart because he didn't get to choose his cards. Meanwhile, guys, if you have any questions for me, please send them in chat. We'll get to them. If not now, then at some point later in the stream.
Alright, so it looks like you decided to beat me down with your giant weapon of doom.
No, let's go back out and restart because you didn't get a chance to choose.
Actually, I'm perfectly fine. Well, I had like an awesome opening hand. Was more than okay with that. That definitely was the rush of all rush hands.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yep.
I just wanted to give you a fair start, and I actually did you a disservice. So hit me up with another duel request.
All right, we're clicking through our. Hey guys, we won a game! Yay! That was our one for the day. Woohoo!
So yeah, choose your faction and
boom.
All right, I'm ready. We should be in. Oh yeah, guys, to get into the tournament, so we're gonna do a link for that. We'll throw a link into chat for the tournament. Okay.
Okay,
right.
that works. We'll go with this. Sure.
All right, I'll pass the turn. I don't really have a rush deck, so we'll see if you can be able to overpower me. We're both 25-card decks.
See this? That's their blind spot.
Oh my goodness, that's nice. That's great. 2/2, 2/1, and 2 damage. But take a look at the modules that I've got. So I've got one module that just deals 1 damage. I've got another module that actually spawns a fledgling, a 1/1 fledgling. So I'm going to try these guided meteorites. Let's see if they do the trick. Oh, the guided meteorites could not have worked out better.
So that's okay, guys.
You can see the meteorites falling on top, but we're going to add new effects, which are, I've already seen them. They're stellar. I can't wait to show you guys. Wow. 2 Syndicate Toughs.
Oh yeah, no, we had a very, very aggro-heavy hand to start with.
2 Syndicate Toughs, okay. We're going to freeze one of them. So hold on a second. We don't have enough supply for that. Alright, so we disabled the first mark, and the second one we're just going to try to kill like this. Probably take the 2 damage. Yep. So you still dealt the 2 damage to me.
Now I don't think we've talked about disable yet. Do you want to kind of give folks a little bit of a...
Yeah, disable basically you skip the next attack, but you still have all of your effects. And of course, you don't care about disable because you just transform into an unstable monstrosity. Alright, so I'm going to do the Hellfire Cannon.
Gains +1 attack every time your commander kills a unit.
Yep, and I'm going to kill the unit and get up. So now I have only one charge left on it, but I've got 4 attack. But I'm already down to 17, so you're grinding me down.
We will pass the turn.
Alright.
Alex messaged people, hey, make sure he gets a crappy draw on the next turn. Just code that in real fast.
Just let my developers know what's going on.
They're picking and choosing my draws.
We're really getting
I like taunt the enemy though. That's a really cool ability. A 1/6 screen. Goodness gracious.
And a Falcon Scout to draw 2 cards. So we're gonna do this. And just pass the turn. So we've screened up a little bit.
That will be our usefulness for the turn.
Alright, we're going to do refurbish weapon. So now I'm going to start pinging off your guys, and the weapon is going to grow each time.
This is about to get insane. For every 3 points of energy, move a random. Whoa. That is
so
a
this
cool
guy-
monkey looking thing.
Yeah, that.
Oh, he's got
regulates-
gemstones too.
So essentially, he rearranges my deck in such a way that the low cost units and cards are at the top. So that's what I want. That one's a Hajirgog specific unit.
Ready for war. Ready for war.
Ooh, 2 Nyx Hounds. Oh, you're hoping that. All right, let's see. Yep. Okay, one of them did grow.
And you do have a weapon with 2 charges and 7 damage per charge that goes up.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna we're gonna end this in a spectacular manner.
He's about to curb stomp me, guys.
we
To answer
go.
your question, though, the weapon grows from kills based off of the ability of the weapon.
And the modules. And
oh,
any
the-
modules. Like the Thrash, my deal 1 damage will clear it, and I have another module that could potentially.
Yeah, it's any time your commander kills a unit. I'm assuming modules are abilities sourced from the commander.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. Alright,
So-
wreck my face. There's 1. There's 2. There's 4.
But here's a Rampage.
Oh, well, that's just something.
There it is.
Oh! Oh, the assault. The double tap from the assault, so rough. It's like, let me
know.
just make this beat stick and then smack you in the face with it twice.
You know, I was. This is what I was beating people with at PAX. But then, you know, folks on the 2nd and 3rd day figured out how to basically break down my deck, and I've so many losses the 2nd and 3rd day. I gave away quite a lot of board games
I don't know, man.
those days.
I don't know, cause like I had a pretty, at least in my opinion, a pretty strong start there, and it's still, whew.
Yeah. Well, this is, you know, this deck is called Unfair Gog. So
Unfair Gog. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I see where this was going from the start. Then he even had this named as a warning label. Let's see how it is.
We can do. So let me see if I can find a ranked game,
Sure.
and then you can hit this spectate if we can catch someone good, because this deck that I have is a kind of extended Shanti deck. Okay, so go to your friend list and just hit that I button. Hit friends again. and then the eye. Yep. So we have spectating built into the game right away. So you're basically watching my game live, and I can comment on it.
Awesome.
And I'll show you, because this is really like a lot of advanced stuff in here. So for guys that are watching, we could showcase some stuff. So I'm gonna pass the turn, but I'm gonna explain what I'm doing. So I have my modules are. So I have the Precordian Symbiote for 1 supply. I take 3 damage to the face, but I gain 8 energy, and I'm gonna need this to power my Viromorphic Spores, which is my 3rd module, which Kevin, you also crafted. That one spread effects to target unit from adjacent units to the left. I'm going to do a lot of wacky stuff with it.
I dig it.
So for now, we're just going to mutate ourselves and deal damage to our Anunnaki opponent. Sorry, I didn't see your question. The weapon grows from kills with modules that deal damage, and you have to make sure you destroy the unit with that last. Basically, you have the killing blow. Otherwise, it doesn't. That makes it more OP. Yeah, it does, but we're keeping a close eye. We have pretty heavy analytics built out, so we're keeping an eye on the balancing. And right now, the Hajirgag is at like 49% win across the different. So that's well within the range of where we need to be, I think, for now. And remember, there's cards that are going to just destroy an opponent's weapon, so you can just bring those.
We all love the acidic slime effect.
Exactly. So we get the Vraxian Pillager, which actually buffs himself, possibly buffs himself for the weapon that he destroys.
Boom.
Okay, so here we're going to play our Infected Militia. We're going to mutate it right away. The brood eggs are going to emerge, and then let's see what the Anunnaki player does here. Yeah, and actually it was, and for the guys watching, we've got the balance in the game right now. So the Shanti is actually right now the weakest faction. I think they're at 46%, 45%. So they're getting a little bit of a buff in the next balance, but everybody else is around 49, 51.
That's really good balancing.
Yeah, but you got to remember also there's different ranks, so the averages are like that, but we got to keep an eye to make sure that in the high ranks and in the low ranks, it's also well balanced, because it's got to make sense kind of across the spectrum. All right. So we are just going to. So we're growing our energy. We get to 10 energy now. Once we get to 12, we're going to be able to do stuff with these bombardiers, as an example.
Now, do you want to explain to folks what the armored effect is?
Yeah, armored effect it means that the unit only takes 1 point of damage from any other attack by other characters. So if he engages in combat with any other units or a commander, he will only take up to 1 damage. The only way to deal more damage to him per hit is to hit him with a tactic or some sort of an ability of a unit.
So that's really cool. I know that's not something that's been done by other card games, other than I think there was one special boss in Hearthstone in one of the raids. He can only take 1 damage at a time. So that's actually really cool, guys. Keep that in mind. That is different from the Divine Shield style ability. It's which I'm trying to remember what is that Ashage's shield? I know there's
exactly. Shield. So shield will negate damage 1 time as long as it's at least 1 damage.
I like it.
So here's an example. So we deployed these bombardiers, which are armored unit. It's a 2/5 armored unit, and we can also give now armored effects to our Assault Autovex squad through Viromorphic Spores, because you will get a unit to the left of it.
Now, when does it? Okay, so it already did that. I was trying to figure out when it spreads them.
It spreads when I target it. And look what he did. He actually used the Mind Anchor. His ability, it can either give him Psychic Charge or lower an attack of a target unit. And he chose to lower my Bombardiers and then pacify. So he actually pacified a random unit. Pacified means you just can't attack.
Now,
So-
does Pacify still allow you to block?
It can block, but no one's going to attack it most likely unless I figure out a way to give it screen.
That's what
We
I was
can
wondering.
actually- We can probably do that. We just have to figure out how. So we could put this guy. You know what we could do? So we're going to put this Chimera, and the Chimera has the text destroy itself at the end of turn, mutate it to nullify. And so right now we're just going to mutate it to make sure that it doesn't die. We can give ourselves some more energy. We're going to attack him in the face, but what I'm trying to do is I put the Chimera left of the Bombardiers so that I could use the Viromorphic Spores on the Bombardiers next turn. If the Chimera survives, it's going to copy its ability, and its ability allows it to nullify itself, and then I'm going to mutate it and then free this guy from his pacified shackles.
Does nullifying get rid of the Pacify?
Nullify gets rid of all the effects and all the text.
Oh, nice.
So technically, we'll just get back our 2/5 with no mobility and no armor. So let's try that. Let's just try it for funds.
2 energy
people-
short currently.
Yep, right now we're 2 energy short. So we can get energy by destroying the Spider Walker.
I like it. I like it.
So that's easy. We just hit it for 4. Right, we only take 1 damage, even though he's did 5 because of the armor effect. And then we can just do Entropic Organism. It's a bit of a waste, but I kind of want to see that effect. So, actually, no, we can also...
Bow Needle's not a bad thing to have out either.
Yeah, I'm thinking of whether I want to take the 5 damage by hitting him, or if I just do Entropic. So let's do Entropic Organism. It's going to lower HP of all enemy units by 1, like so. And so now we get enough energy because we've destroyed that 5-cost unit. And now let's try to do the effect. So we're gonna spread effect, and then we're gonna mutate it. And lo and behold, he's nullified. He returns to battle.
And we hit our opponent for 9.
Yep. So there it is. You can do weird things, and I've got a lot of different abilities in this deck. That's why it's such a huge 40-card deck. It's so that I could combo in interesting ways.
Completely agree with you there, Rob. It definitely does seem much more like a game where you can plan out what you're going to play. You can actually be the person playing it and not just, hey, well, I hope it works out. Let me play this.
Definitely that, because strategy, like, there's a lot of deep tactics and strategies you get into the mid and late game. If you play on Aki, Shanti, Terran, Firepower, Hierarchy, so there's a lot of interesting stuff.
Can I just say I like about y'all spectate mode is I can actually interact with your board and see like the descriptions, all the abilities and everything. That's generally you're just kind of stuck looking at whatever the person's looking at, versus like I can actually look at the cards you have in hand. I can read their text; they pop up. Like it's really nice.
And we're adding more spectate stuff because we love streaming, we love all this kind of competition, and we're going to add a lot more ways for the spectators to actually interact with the player. So right now I put up the Soul Devourer, gain +1/+1 for every enemy destroyed unit. Let's give that ability to our Chimera. So now we're going to get double buffs from it. And let's
Start killing stuff.
hits and Spine Spitters. Spine Spitters does 5 damage if you have an aberration out, or 3 damage if you don't. We have a Chimera, so we're good. So we buffed everyone.
And we don't have to worry about mutating because we would have gotten it from the Revenge off the Bow Needle.
Yep, so the math, that's already 12. I didn't, the opponent surrendered.
That's weird though, it's only 11. He had 2 damage, 7 damage, and 2 damage. He could have lived another turn.
No, because I can mutate myself.
Ah, that's right, you can mutate yourself, give yourself the additional damage. I'm gonna have to remember that one. That's a good trick.
Yep, so that's this new deck that I'm trying out. With,
I like that though. I feel like I actually might have to try that one out. That or the beat stick of doom that you had a minute ago.
Oh yeah, the Hedgehog, that's fun. That's fun. We can put together a deck like that.
I like it. I like it. I'm not sure if I have all the cards for it. Is the questions.
Check it out.
Let's see. We'll hop over to decks here. Oh, that's right. I probably should get rid of all my extra cards here. We'll go ahead and melt all redundant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 23. So much. Much scrap. Such wow.
Such wow.
Such wow. And then
So there's the Hellfire Cannon. You got 2 of those. That's the important thing.
Alright, well,
You've got 2 refurbished weapon. I'm looking at it.
carry it. And that was the Hershgog.
A Jurgog is also a good one for beginners because it's, you know, if you get that weapon, it's a good starting. It's a great weapon. It's one of the best weapons in the game. It's a long-standing argument in the game for whether it's OP or not. It certainly seems OP when you're getting destroyed by it, but if you get your weapon countered by you know, Braxian Raider, or if you play smart and don't let your opponent beef it up, then you can outdo.
Now I got the rampages. I've got the refurbished weapon. I've got the guided meteorites. What else
Good.
am I missing here?
Don't forget to put the actual cannon.
Yeah, I would say I knew there was something important I'm missing
There's
here.
something we're missing. The actual cannon.
Any other things here?
Let's see. What do we need? So,
I might actually have to craft some
you
stuff.
know what we need is we need the. Let's see what modules we've got. So you got grab thrash. You've got thrash already. Grab thick of battle. But you know what? It's going to give you -5 HP. You need, ideally for this, you need. So you click on the bottom left. Is show undispersible. Yeah, right there.
Here?
You were just on it.
Oh,
nope.
there we go.
Yeah, it's weird to place when you change it. So the Warlord's Call, you get that one by unlocking level 15. So you can't crack that. So for now, just use those 2 that you got.
Okay.
Get out of fusion mode and let's see what else. What else should we put in here?
Well, we've already got all the stuff that's relevant to the weapon, right?
Mm-hmm. You can. I mean, it depends. So there's other stuff that's relevant to the weapon. I mean, if we're going, are we going rush? What are we trying to do?
Beat people's face in. I think that's a
then
good motto.
We need ways to bring them down to 1 health and then finish them off with the 1 damage module.
Okay, so
War footing.
we're footing. I like that. I like that.
Try it. We could try it. I don't know if we need 2 or not. Probably 1 is okay.
Alright, and then I'm assuming you need some stuff from the neutral monsters.
What else do you have from for Hajirgag? Go back a page earlier and let's see what there is. Cannibalize? No, probably not. Oh, Adrenal Overload is nice. It's just a buff of 4. Yeah, you accidentally removed an extra Hellfire Cannon. We need both of those things.
Whoops. Yeah, we do need both. That seems relevant to the whole strategy.
You can get rid of 1 War Footing. You got 2. There it is. And let's see what we got from neutrals.
Now let's see. What kind of neutral cards are we looking for? Are we trying to just stall a little bit into the later game? I'm assuming we want some screen stuff.
Yeah, screen, mobility, I think. And then let's see if we can come up with some effects.
So what cards do you think would be a good set to start with?
Well, grab the Corrupted Hound. It'll give us allow us to do an extra damage.
1 or 2, you think?
Let's grab 2. We can always cut them out.
Alright.
It depends on your deck building style. The way I do it is I just add everything I want. I immediately hit the 40 card ceiling, and then I start cutting the fat.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, when in this search, can I search for phrases, like in the card text?
We can. What do you want to do?
I was thinking anything that interacted with weapon, but that didn't
Oh yeah,
work out
Orbital
well.
Citadel is nice.
Okay. I mean that actually isn't a terrible idea.
Probably one in case we don't always draw the weapon. So
Right, right.
what about draw? Draw card, just draw. Nymph gunship. That's not a great draw. What about your Hajir God? Oh yeah, go fusion mode. See what we have. Regulator. Regulator is nice. Asteroid Fortress is certainly nice.
1 or 2 regulators, you think?
One regulator. And let's see in the neutral. What do we have for draw cards? So we've got
Falcon Scout.
Falcon Scout's good. It's up to you whether to get. It's kind of expensive. Falcon
It
Scout
is a little bit expensive, yeah.
Is the heroic. You can get Brush Smuggler's Paragon. We can get the double agent. Look at 3 last cards in your hand. Discard one of them. Draw a card. So basically, it's the same thing as Falcon Scout, but it lets us cycle them, and it's cheaper.
It hits a little bit harder too. So I think 2 of those probably at that point then.
Yeah.
Okay. What other card draw are we thinking? Well, that seems to be my
I
my
think
2
I think
options.
that's enough. Are we gonna go 25 card deck? 30?
30 sounds like a good idea.
Okay, then yeah, put 2 of those guys.
A
And
screen. We need some of that, right?
oh yeah, I just got added a buddy request. So whoever wants to add me on in the game, feel free to do so. I'm first officer in the game. So just send me an invite. Would be happy to have you. First officer 7 says first officer.
So probably what? 2 sentry drones and 2 gun turrets.
That's a good one.
Alright, so we're sitting at 20 cards so far. Yeah, another 10 we can throw in here. And some other stuff we think that can
A good curve, right? We need to smooth out the curve. So if we're going early, then 1s. If we're going a little bit late, then some 3s. And do we want any late game stuff at all? Like, are we gonna survive to the late game?
That's probably a good point. We probably should get some late game stuff. Wow.
Gatekeeper. Oh, there's the Colossus. Colossus is always nice. But probably for us, ooh, you got Ethel the Absorber? Yeah, you got to put that in there. That's a beautiful Paragon card.
Oh, I did have a Paragon. I didn't even notice that.
There
I'll
you
be
go.
darned. That might be something, having a rarity filter would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's coming. I mean, right now you can just type in Paragon, but
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Whoops. It would help if I
show
spelled it
your
right.
limited selection of Paragons. Oh,
Ah.
you got 3 Paragons? My God. You got to put all those in there.
Really?
Well, the Council Voidlander doesn't really work with our deck, but the Phoenix Fighter, I think, definitely does. Because it's Soak 2. It
Oh,
ignores
goodness
2 points of
gracious.
damage.
And it's a 3-1 already for 2? Goodness.
Yeah, but if the opponent kills it, he does get an additional supply.
There is that. That is true.
Mhm.
So kind of almost a little bit of a catch-22, but at the same time, not in a bad way.
Petrus Patron asked if we could remove the limit on adding cards, and actually we might do that. That's a great idea. Or we might allow you, because we allow you to put in, when you start making your deck, you start out with 1, 5, 10, 15, and then it gets green when you hit 25.
So basically saying
maybe-
you would probably at that point then tell them, hey, you can add as many as you want, but you need to cut it down to like 40 before you can actually
Exactly.
submit. I like that.
I'm going to jot that down right now, Petrus. That's a great idea. So we'll probably let you put in, I don't know, 60 or something like that. Like an arbitrary limit, just so it doesn't break our memory. Let me jot that down. That actually, I'll use that immediately, because that allows me to put everything I want and then just, we're going to put that in. Good catch, sir.
I dig it. See, stream feedback. I love it. So we still got 5 slots left in here. I mean, any units off the top of your head you think would just go like perfectly in here?
Well, we need something that uses energy. Can you do a search for Energize and see what you have?
I have a sniper.
Well, then that's what you got. The problem is it's a 2 cost, and you've already got a lot of 2s.
I'm just looking to see what other energized cards we would use. So, there's the
about,
pillager you were talking about. I like that.
There it is. Well, the Hajir Gog. Do you have any energized in Hajir Gog?
I already got the 2 rampages that are in the deck, and
Actually,
then,
you know what? That's good because the Rampage is your finisher. You got 2 of them.
I like the Onslaught. That's kind of a cool card. You can kind of flood the board back at them. So, let's see. I mean, we could. Well, you're right. Our 2 drops is really, really high right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't push that. And plus, you got to remember we're going to be using the module a lot, which is also a 2-drop.
True. Very true.
So, in fact, we may want to scale down on the 2s, so like get rid of 1 Adrenal Overload. And then let's add some 3s and 4s.
I got rid of the 1 Warfooting on accident. Should I add that back in?
Well, what do we have for 3 or less? We have Syndicate Toughs, Corrupting Hounds, Double Agents, Phoenix Fighter, Sentry Drones. So let's add some more 3s and put in 1 Warfooting.
Alright, so put in 1 Warfooting, and then looking at 3s.
Reaver, that is good, but it's a 3/3.
We can look at the neutral 3s.
Yeah, let's look at the neutral.
So let's go take a look at those. We're sitting, nope, a little bit too far. Oh, there's the drop shit I was talking about earlier, guys. At the end of your turn, random friendly unit gets +1 attack. It's a 1/5, so it's got some nice survivability. Now I've noticed Arc Attack seems like a. Is that a faction specific ability as far as like the most of it? I've only seen a couple neutrals. That's why I ask.
Yeah, well, we always want to be careful in rolling out these abilities. We've got a lot more coming in the future updates as well, but theoretically, I think the Terrans have architects and some neutrals have architects, but it's cool when you buff the thing, right?
We could go with maybe some heavy squad.
I like that. I like that one.
Or the Vraxian Raiders. That 3/3 for 3 assault's kind of nice.
That is nice. When combined with Adrenal Overload, they become 7/2.
That's what I was thinking. So we can go ahead and grab 2 of these Raiders, man. That looks sick. And we were thinking about the squad.
Maybe 1.
Okay.
And then did you put in the gun turret? Okay, good. Let's see that Void Liner. The Council Void Liner. All enemy units in his hand cost 1 more supply. Should we do that one?
I like it. We'll try it.
Let's try it.
Alright. So then that gives us 28. So 2 more.
So I like the Assault Automatic Squad a lot, and the Conduit Warden is nice too.
I'm digging that the Assault Squad guy. Like that 4/2 for 4 mobility. I think we'll
grab that one.
We'll go with that one. Alright, so we got 30.
You have no 5-drops.
I do not have a single 5-drop. You are correct.
We
should probably grab a 5-drop. We've got the Arms Merchant, Corvette, Liberator, Spider Walker.
Terrorism Destroyer is kind of nice here.
It is kind of nice. You
because
are right.
It does deal a damage which helps us ping maybe somebody else in the late game. So grab 1 of those.
Okay.
And then you've got 1/6, 1/7, 1/5, probably, right? Yeah, 1/5, 1/7. So let's get rid of a card. Maybe, is there any 4 that we can get rid of? Okay. Or maybe a 2.
We can get rid of the Warp Footing. That's fine.
Yeah, probably, right?
We don't have a whole bunch that we care about on the 2 and unders.
Yeah. Okay, so that gets us 30 cards. How many draw? We've got 2 double agents and another way to draw, right?
2 double agents, and there's one other one I thought that gave us a draw.
I also thought that we had something.
We had the 2 double agents, and then we had. Oh no! We went with the double agents because I didn't have the whatchamacallits. The
I think that's fine because you got 2 draws from 30. I think that's okay.
Obviously, could be better, but yeah.
Yeah, could be better. I mean, we could trim down and get rid of a few more cards. Then we have 28 with 2 draws. That's good too.
We got 2 cards you think we can cut?
Well, yeah, I think we need maybe to cut to 2 cards.
Alright.
So tighter control on it. Maybe the thing is the orbital citadel. I mean, we're getting into deck crafting theory, right? So the orbital citadel is dependent on the weapons, and we only have 2 weapons, and we have 30 cards. So our
I'd say
chance
we-
to get the weapon.
I'm gonna say we
is
can get
low.
rid of the heavy squad and the orbital citadel.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're
Alright.
down to 28.
It's good.
Alright, we can go test this bad boy out.
So recover losses is that good one. It deals 1 damage to all of your units, but it gives you a card for every one of them. You want to go straight ranked? Just jump into ranked with that deck.
Let's do it. We're going ranked.
Awesome. All right, let's try it. Trade 2 was asking if there's a promo code. I think we do have a promo code. Do we have a stack up promo code going?
I know we have the referral link. I'm not sure if Andrew set us up with a
Well,
promo
we
code.
can come up with one. If we don't, we can put something together. And then, what else do I want to do here? I like that we're gonna make the decks allow you to put in more than 40 cards. I really like that change. Excited about that one. All right, let's see. You're still ranked 30, so there's gonna be only it's 30s, but hopefully we'll catch someone.
I don't mind playing up a little bit.
Yep.
I still think this animation is like one of the coolest things.
Well, here, let me ask you a very important question. Should we remove this circle in the middle?
I would say so, to be honest.
We've gotten some reports that the circle is
It's a bit
obstructing the view here.
well, it's a bit odd because, like, if you were doing something that was going to pull out from the circle, like some kind of
Mhm.
animated effect, I understand it. But with the way you have it right now, the circle does seem a little bit odd.
Yeah, in the main menu, like everything is basically laid out around the circle, but here it doesn't really make any sense. So we might lose that. Let me put together a promo code. If we don't have one already.
Have y'all thought about making the search dialog box that pops up on the right hand side? Maybe doing that as a top down box that doesn't go past the side frames. So your tip would go across like horizontally basically, and you could hit the cancel search button underneath.
Yeah, on the bottom or on top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just remembered you mentioned you guys are wanting to do something semi-interactive with the queue, so that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we do. It's there's nothing more permanent than a temporary thing. Because when we started working on this, right, we put together this box, and then it just sort of stuck forever. Even though it was only, it was like, you can see the graphics there are pretty rudimentary. Well, that's a pretty good starting hand.
Yeah, I'll take that. Should we keep
Get
the
rid of
Colossus? I was going to say, I think we
Ah.
need to drop that.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Perfect.
We can kind of just... think probably go ahead and throw out the Syndicate guy now, that way we can still get an attack in before he gets mind anchored.
Well, we could try. He'll have to play initiative in order to clear him out. Right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, like we can either force the initiative out of him,
Yep.
or we get the damage in and then he wastes his next turn doing that while we drop a 2-drop.
Yep.
I do like
Okay,
it, we
so-
pretty much have our combo already kind of in hand.
So now, if you play her, you're gonna have to throw out a card. That's the downside. It's funny, and when you do it as when you play your the Recon, the Falcon Scout, you get to choose from 2 cards and throw one away. But it doesn't feel like you're throwing one away. But in here, it feels like you're throwing one away. You could just deal 2 damage to his face from now on.
I would say, I think it's because with the Falcon Scout, it happens 1 and 1, whereas with the double agent, you have to discard before you can draw.
Right. That's true.
I think that's where I would see the value difference as a player. Is I would say, hey, this lets me draw and then discard versus this makes me discard and draw.
Exactly.
So
the value in the double agent also is that sometimes the opponent, like the consortium player, can throw things in your hand that you don't want, and so you can actually discard that with the double agent.
Did they know whether or not I want to go Raiders, or now that I have 2 Hellfire Cannons in my hand, go that? I think I'm going to go ahead and go with...
Good.
The Raiders is good, but if I do the Hellfire Cannon now, I can go ahead and use the refurbished weapon on my next turn, and I should have enough left over to either double Asian or Thrash as well.
You could do that.
Go with that. So I'll wait till the next turn. That gives it 5, and then I can hit for 10. Yeah, I can hit for 10 on the next turn.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
10 on the next turn, and then you'll still have 5 left over, which is nice.
Oh, I can actually... it's better to go ahead and wait.
Yeah,
the additional
he's
charge.
got 36. He's got 36. Kevin definitely has a face madness method operation.
Hey, what's going on? Actually, the funny thing is that is actually Kevin Yazdi, one of our folks that helps run our streaming group. So yes, I do have a face. I know it's been forever since I have streamed. I've actually been, don't tell anyone, I've been partnered for almost like 3 years now, and I think I've maybe streamed 6 hours to 10 hours in the last year.
Jeez.
I'm telling you, man, as soon as you start doing stuff behind the scenes with video games, you start getting to play them less and less.
True.
Which is like cool and sad at the same time, but I get awesome opportunities to do stuff like this.
Thank you, 3 Man Down.
Appreciate it, bud.
Yeah,
Thanks for
guys,
stopping
you're doing
by.
great work.
Thanks for showing us some love. I think my guy might have been drawn into a dead hand here. Hopefully,
he's got that phase shift passive module, which anytime he has 0 psychic charge. Oh, okay. So he played a simulation, so he actually took our mark.
well, stuff happens.
Look at that, the Phoenix Fighter. Beautiful.
The draw.
Now, don't actually play. Yeah, you can go with the Phoenix Fighter, but don't play the Assault because you need 6 energy. You don't have 6 energy.
Yeah. I was gonna wait on Rampage for that.
All right, sweet.
Go ahead, smack him in the face.
No, it's good damage.
I'm always ready to raid Hex. Always ready to raid. And yes, I have done some Hex. Nightmare Blaze.
Actually, I haven't played Hex yet. I mean, I've seen it. Obviously, I've followed it, but it's not something I've got a chance to play it.
If you ever want to check it out, let me know. I've got a press account with them.
Sweet.
Oh no.
Well, let's think. So do you want to, I mean, how can we clear that thing?
I think the best is going to be dropping the Rampage.
Just right now?
Yeah, the enemy, because then it'll get +1 from the Energize. I can kill it 1 hit. It'll get 1 attack off of that as well. Swing through for the 3 +7. I can do 10 damage off that.
That's a good one.
Only reason why I say that is because I've also got another Hellfire Cannon already sitting in my hand.
That you
so
do.
It seems like the value, so to speak. So we'll do
All right,
that.
so you're going to go 6, and now you're going to go 7. So don't hit him in the... Oh, you're going to go... Okay.
Sorry.
Forget it. It doesn't matter. What I was thinking was if we... I just always max out, and I actually end up losing because I try to max things out. But if you play Guided Meteorites right now, it's actually going to hit him in the face for 4. Which is nice. But what I was thinking was if we manage to fish another...
another add a 2 attack and a charge. Watch, I'm going to draw that off the top now. It's going to happen because you said that.
The chances were low, so it's definitely the right play.
No, it's how the world works, right? Like, it's going to happen specifically because I didn't think through that.
So it's 1 out of 19 is the odds of that happening.
We got a gun turret. Okay.
Good.
So the question is, do we want to go ahead and double agent and pitch the gun turret?
I would. I mean, I think we're close.
At the same
Why
time,
not?
though, the gun turret seems to be something that will be difficult for Airstorm here to
Gecko?
deal with. Yeah.
You could go. You could also go Hellfire Cannon and then destroy the Merc and get it up to 4.
Ah.
Actually, 4.
Yeah, I like that. There we go.
You're gonna take a bunch of damage. So you're at 17. You're gonna be at 13, which is kind of low. But we're in good shape to finish the game. Because next turn we've got 3 from the Phoenix Fighter, 6 from the Merc. That's 9, 5, 14, and 1 more, 15.
Oh wow, we've actually been forgetting I have Deck of the Battle.
Oh yeah.
I
We
forgot about that. Man, we could have been killing stuff easier. Didn't even think about it. Oh, there goes my 3/3. That's okay. I'm gonna be swinging across for 11 on my turn, unless he does something.
Yeah, we forgot about that. So it's +1 when attacking units. Can you take a look at that module, Thick of Battle?
Yeah, you start with
when
my
attacking units. Yeah. All right, so we've got our Ethel the Absorber.
Ooh, ooh, I could be so rude.
It's good stuff.
The question is, how do we want to do this?
Well, why not just turret it up
Turn it up seems good.
and then hit him in the face for, a lot. Looks good to me. Yep.
Down to 5, and we've got technically 10 damage on the board right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking good, guys. It's looking good. Guys, we are 2 hours and 11 minutes into the Stack Up Call to Arms stream. Make sure you're tweeting, you're Facebooking, you're Instagramming, and all importantly, make sure you're helping support the troops. Feel free to check these guys out. They are, as you can see, at facebook.com/Star Crusade and at @Star_Crusade on Twitter. Go give them a follow, guys. Give them a shout out. These guys are doing some awesome stuff for the troops. They're helping us out. Alex is here on his day off watching me. Oh, I actually might be about to get my face wrecked by something.
Oh
big.
my God, what happened here?
It all happened while we weren't looking.
I know.
Huh. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and double agent and toss the Corrupted Hound.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And draw another Corrupted Hound. Okay, well, there's that. That's
Hold
true.
on, let me think here. Let me get my bearings here.
I'm thinking of going Etho, and that way I can nullify one of the Glimmers. And then I
Wait,
kill...
you don't need to do that. Because you can kill both Glimmers with your Merc.
Then what, just copy the Planetary Runner at that point?
Yeah, because the thing is, he gave the Planetary Runner Zeal, if you look at it.
What's Zeal do?
Zeal gives you +1 attack for every enemy, and it's a impact.
Ooh.
So you could nullify him. You get his Zeal.
He loses Soak as well.
Oh, actually, you get his Soak, because Zeal was
Wait.
given to him after. You get his text.
Oh, wait, but the Glimmers just went up by 1 because of that.
Oh, that's because I gave you terrible advice.
It's okay. We all done goof sometimes.
Yeah. So now we should have done. Yeah, we should have done it the other way around.
It's okay.
First,
It's okay.
Yeah.
We have a chance still.
it's okay. We're only gonna lose because of that, but that's
No
okay.
no big deal. No big deal.
No big deal.
So Blue Rising asks, does it make a difference whether you play cards before or after you attack? I'm assuming that would be based on the effects of your cards.
Yeah. So if it depends, usually it depends. You got to read the abilities. Oh, this guy's really a late game Anunnaki player, sitting on 5 HP. Okay, we're gonna think. So now, before we do anything, we're going to remember that he's got Zeal.
There you go. Do that. That's exactly what I want you to do. Sweet.
Now,
Oh, no, that's not what I
okay.
wanted you to do. Thought you already used that. Dag on it. Okay.
So before we deploy units, let's.
So we have 2 damage coming out of the Thrash and the Corrupted Hound if we want it. Or also out of the Double Agent and the Corrupted Hound if we want it.
But we don't have enough, right? We're 1 off.
Yeah, I think we're 1 off. I mean, I think we're going to play the Sentry Zone one way or the other, right? But
Well,
we
first
don't
one
want to
is
play
clear.
any units yet.
Yeah, clear who you want to clear. So it's probably Double Agent plus Thrash to kill him.
Okay.
And then, yep. And then probably what you thinking? Face with the.
I'm
That's what
thinking
the absorb-
face plus.
Plus clear out the full one with the Corrupted Hound.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then I can drop the Sentry as well.
Yep. Cool. Maybe we'll stave off.
Oh no, the Corrupted Hound doesn't have any fighting ability.
Oh my god, that's second mistake. Because of the Landcrawler. The Landcrawler gives everyone -1 attack.
Done goofed. Done goofed.
Done goofing.
I was sitting here thinking, I was like, man, there's a reason why I feel like I... Oh, good lord. That's a big guy.
A 4/7 Carbonic Protector.
Luckily, he's going to drop down to 5, which only puts me at 2. Can I draw a random damage card? Give me a random damage card. You can do it. I have faith. That, didn't
Nope.
quite do it. Oh, wheel. We were close, guys. We were close.
We're as close as it can get.
Why not? Sure.
And then suicide or what?
Boom.
It's been an honor.
I like that. I could hear the voices. So, I now have 4 separate people telling me we need to do a raid. I think
All
we,
right,
I think we
let's do
might
it.
need to do a raid.
I'm gonna refill my tea in that case.
That's fine. I need to go see. I think I have enough credits to do a raid. Oh, wait. I might have lied. Well, I'd have gotten you guys hyped up for no reason. Sorry, guys. 15 credits shy.
Hold on, I think I may know a guy.
You may know a guy. All right. We'll give you
Just
give
a
Alex a
second.
minute to talk to his people.
All right, it looks like the funds have been credited to your account.
Do I need to
Mr.
log out and
Compass.
log back in?
You need to do that, yes. And remember, you now owe us a favor.
Oh. I have the consortium's coming after me for favors, guys.
Exactly, the consortium.
I owe the consortium a favor. That's okay. I think we can oblige favors.
Just
Favors
send
make the
Bart
world go
yourself.
round. Heck's getting all hype in here with me about this raid. I know, buddy. I like raids.
Julia is asking, when are you gonna fix overextend module? Way to grief, Julia. Julia also happens to be sitting like 6 feet away from me. And instead of just asking, she decided to. She's playing right now, so she probably was destroyed, was killed by someone with an overextend module, and decided to just shame me publicly.
Hey, you know, the amazing women behind us not only can prop us up, but they could take us out with the knee too. So we have the Anunnaki, which I don't currently have unlocked. We have the Consortium, and we have Hajar Gog.
Hajar Gog right now, in the way that Raid is set up, is the best one because you start with the starting module as opposed to choosing your modules, which is coming soon. So for now, probably go Hajar Gog if you want to get.
Now, will the
easier
modules be like the same thing, like a card choice? There'll be 1 of 3 you can pick from.
It'll all be drafted.
Oh, I like that. I like
Your
that.
health will be selectable, and so you're really going to be able to. It's going to be a great way, and you're going to also be able to explore like different planets, different systems, get different rewards. Yeah, we're putting in some fun stuff in there.
Alright, so Energize Fractal. Activate, gain 1 HP for every 4 energy you have. Is a 9/1 massive revive. That thing just looks like a beast. Rend replaces your left module with deal 2 damage. Next time, add 1 damage. I'm not quite sure I understand that one.
Energized so Rend. So your left module is just your first module. So you're gonna have a Thrash deal 1 damage. But if you play Rend, you're gonna replace that module with another module that deals 2 damage. And if you have another one of these cards, it can deal 3 damage, etc. Yeah, Rend. Hex
Stacking
Natural
OPs.
Causes is saying Energized Fractal is a good one. Because you throw it in the late game, you have a bunch of energy, and you're set.
So then, Sensor Network.
Sensor Network is an interesting one also, but it's dependent on a lot of other units in your deck, so it's a little tougher.
So Rend seems like the pick here, to be honest.
It's up to you. Rend is good, and Fractal is good. They're both good.
Fractal, that 9-1, the 1 at the end is what concerns me.
Well, you're going to have a bunch of energy in Raid because you don't use the modules with energy.
That's true.
Yet. So in this version of the Raid, you're always going to get like a 9-5 or a...
Oh, that's right, it gains 1 HP on
9-6.
itself. Sorry, I was thinking it was 1 HP on your commander. Sorry.
Oh, no, yeah, on itself.
No, that's ridiculous. Okay, we're going to go with the Energized Fractal. much more easy decision at that point. So we got our gun turret. There are certain cards when you do a draft experience and other CCGs that are generally auto go-to picks. Like like in Hearthstone, you have your 4 or 5 Yeti. Like everyone knows, you don't pass the Yeti in limited in Hearthstone. It's ridiculous. Magic changes a little bit, stuff like that. Mikey actually asked a good question. Does the Sensor Network swap cards? Does it activate the ability trigger? If I remember what you said earlier, activates only happen when you actually play the card from your hand, not when it's put onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
Cool. See, guys, I get to help answer questions, feel productive, and, remind myself of stuff I should know. So, Planetary Runner is a 4/3 for 4 with Soak 1. That's pretty good. So that's realistically, that's a 4/4 for 4. But damage nullifier
and it's
is
even
nice.
better than a 4/4 for 4 because it ignores that first one anytime it's attacked.
So I feel like the choice right now is between the gun turret and the planetary runner. Is there an argument for the guardian you can make that I'm missing?
Not this early on because you don't know what else you're going to drop. So, that firepower. Yeah, it's like Hex Natural Cause was saying, like at the first half of the raid, you just want to take meaty units, right? And get a nice curve.
So between the turret and the planetary runner, what do you think?
Both good. 3/5 versus essentially a 4/4 plus. So depends. This early on, you got to roll the dice and whether you want to be more defensive, more offensive.
Guys, we're going for the planetary runner. We're getting greedy.
There you go.
Okay, is there ever going to be a situation where I'm going to want to pick this volunteer? Other than if I just have a bunch of merc and
in raid, when you're not choosing your modules, really tough. But I just have a hierarchy deck that I put together a few days ago that uses 2 volunteers in the construct.
So
because of the module.
Between our other 2 options, we have a 1/4 battle tank that has an architect, which means, guys, whenever you hit something, it hits things on the side. Or we have the 2/2 heavy squad. That adjacent unit scan Soak 1 seems really strong right now in a vacuum.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Definitely feeling the squad is the pick here.
I'm not the strongest raid player also, so,
It's okay. We have the excuse where we're early enough in early access to where we can kind of just say things and hope they're right.
Yep.
Yep, totally. Alright guys, so we have Scour, deal 3 damage to all non-damaged units, which is good stuff for 4, nice tactic. We've got our Dunny Sergeant, which deploys a 1/1 on your volunteer. It's a 3/2 for 3, so if you're a Hearthstone player, think Battle Scout Boar, or if you're a MTG player, think Esquire Knight from the last, not Eldrazi set, but Absent set, sorry guys, I had to think there for a second. Lastly, we got our Viking Destroyer, which is a 5/8 for 6. We talked earlier about how this is the quote-unquote hidden massive card.
Right.
And I like the meaty at the same time. That does curve out what we got going on right now. But I don't know, man. That Sergeant, that the 2 bodies for 1
It's good.
with decent
It's
stats
good.
always kind of makes me feel good.
I like Scour because you know when you're gonna get a chance to deal basically AOE, big AOE damage.
Do you find yourself having to make hard choices though with Scour on when to wipe the board versus wiping your board as well?
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
you can damage your unit, so you can always, if you have 6 supply, you can damage one of your units and then Scour.
So one of the things I kind of like about CCGs in this sense that are different than like with Magic the Gathering. In Magic the Gathering, one of the things you have to always be worried about is if I don't take this card, someone else is going to. Whereas with, like at Hearthstone in this game, you pick one of the 3, the other 2 cards disappear into the abyss.
Well, you know, we were thinking about doing closed draft modes also, right? When you play, because we're adding a tournament mode within the game. So let's say you want to play a 10-person closed draft mode with your buddies or even with just somebody online. Then you all have this huge draft pool, and then you pick and choose. And in that case, that situation it comes back. Like if you don't take it, someone else will.
Have you guys thought about doing some form of either sandbox or AI-based practice for drafting? Because I know like that's a big complaint I hear about Hearthstone right now is that people can't practice arena runs without putting their money or time they spend into getting the gold in order to actually do their arena runs.
True. So yeah, we're thinking of doing several modes of raid, and we might have functionality like that, where you like your rewards are limited,
Right.
but you also don't pay to get in.
I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but as someone where, like, in the multiple card games I've played, Magic calls it a limited format, because you are limited to the choices you can pick, the ones that have been given to you versus bringing your own cards. I've actually always been a huge limited player. I love limited. I was ranked in the nation for Magic. I was ranked for a little while in Hearthstone. So honestly, like I would probably grind out practice games in a limited style format with no reward just for the practice. Especially if you guys make it a competitive tournament style, like you're saying.
Yep.
Like I know there's buddies of mine that literally we sat up and there was online. There were some fan sites that they basically would download all the card art and you could simulate drafts. And literally we'd sit there 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and we'd just grind out picking cards for 2 or 3 hours just to get used to the set and the choices we would have to make.
It's fun. I mean, definitely draft mechanics are fun.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Scour here. I think that's the value. So Rapid Strike Team is that 4-drop 3/4 with mobility we talked about earlier. The Scourger, ooh. Now, how prevalent is firepower, you think, in the draft selections?
So we gave up, I think, a choice earlier on for one, and this is sort of the problem with your early picks is you got to go value and curve and units, and you kind of ignore. Oh yeah, mobility is also a value card because you don't have any mobility. And we don't have any firepower, so if we get it, we're just hoping that we're going to get some firepower boosters.
I think we're going to go with the Rapid Strike Team here. It seems like the smarter pick. The 3/4 mobility for 4.
Yep.
Like you said, we don't know if we're going to get the firepower. Oh, here we go. And this is... Now, are there thresholds? Like, this is pick 6, technically, and we just hit, I believe, heroic cards, if I'm reading that right?
Yeah, so I think there are certain spots where you're going to be more likely to get heroic and paragons, and in general, we've increased the odds of getting really high rarity cards in raids, so you could just get a sample and get a feel for the game.
So the rarity choice is random. Like, someone could theoretically get like multiple paragons if they were given the option, stuff like that.
Yep.
Interesting.
2 Titans, something like that.
See, I'd be really curious now to see if you guys do the open pack style draft mode, because I know like in Magic it was always really fun. You'd see someone open like a $200 card, but they take the 50-cent card because it was better in their deck, or they'd open like a card that was a complete and total bomb, But because they were already, 2 packs into something different, they'd pick a different card that was just more synergistic. So like to me, as someone who like used to do commentary for that or watched that as a judge, like that was a really cool thing. So I'd be curious to see the decision making people have.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Iron Grip. When an opponent attacks your unit with a weapon, take control of the weapon. Good lord, that could get. So basically, I need to throw these in my deck in case we ever play each other with your beat stick deck. Just give me that.
That'll be easy.
Battle Tactician, all Cypher cards cost 1 supply until the end of your turn. I don't believe we have any Cypher cards other than the Iron Grip we're being presented. And then lastly, the Pillager. Destroy opponent's weapon, energize 4, gain attack equal to destroy weapon's charges. So what we have to look at here, basically from my understanding, is we have a 2-drop, a 2-drop, and a 4-drop. The 2-drop is a 2/2 with an effect that's not currently relevant for our deck. The 4-drop is a 3/3 that, while not relevant for our deck, still by itself a 3/3 for 4 is not bad, and if it does become useful, that is a very useful effect to have. And then we've got Iron Grip, which ironically 2 out of these 3 cards all deal with weapons. That I think this decision would come down to one of those like in personal experience, how often a player runs into weapons in raid mode.
Pretty often, because people choose them. It's like one of those insta picks.
So would it be fair to say that most weapons have a limited number of uses, as far as like in the 2 use range or 1 use range?
2 or 3 usually.
So it seems then that at that point, while Iron Grip would be nice, it relies on us not only first getting hit, but also it relies on there being another charge after that hit available still in the weapon. Versus the Pillager would flat out destroy that weapon and might even get a buff.
Yeah, but you got to be ready to deploy that Pillager by himself, right?
Right.
Because at a certain point you might not see any weapons.
So in your opinion, do you think the Iron Grip or the Pillager is the better choice here?
Tough. They're both not great in a raid matchup, I think. But the Pillager at least gives us a body.
That's what I was thinking. We'll go with the Pillager. Now we got another one of those rapid strike teams. That mobility will stack up, but we do see our Raiders. I actually, after that last game, I'm now a fan of this 3/3 for 3 with the Soul.
They're good.
But the guided meteorites.
Well,
It's hard to ignore that card.
I'll let you make this choice.
Oh gosh, you guys saw this. It just got thrown to the wolves. Literally, the Raiders are wolves. So guys, you guys in the
got thrown to the wolves, so you gotta make the choice.
I gotta make the choice. Alright guys, in the chat, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? I'm kinda digging the guided meteorites. Honestly, all 3 of these cards seem like they have really strong compatibility with what we're doing so far. So if you got any thoughts, drop them in the chat. Let's see what you guys think. Hex, I know you and Mikey are out there. Y'all better come say your opinions. I know Hex is here. Hex has been talking about that. That is a good point, Hex. I do need me some aggro 3s. Right now, my 3-drops are really low. In fact, my early game interaction in general is kind of low, which is kind of making me think that guided meteorites may not be the worst decision ever. That's true. That's true. The initiative card, I can throw it out on 2. 6 on turn 3 is kind of strong. I don't know. Anybody else got any thoughts on that one? Julia, are you still there by chance? And or Nightmare? If you guys have thoughts, throw them on in the chat. Let's talk about this for a minute. Luckily, there's no time limit here, as we're only on 6 out of 30 guys, but hey, it's all good. That's fair, Hex. That's fair. I do think, Mike, you do raise a good point for the curve feedback on that. Also, at the same time, though, factor in, as Hex said, that they lose value as the game goes on. I think we're going to go with the Raiders. I am with you here on that one, though, Mike. We do need us some 2-drops. Alright, guys, so we are sitting at Punisher 4/4, or sorry, a 4-drop 4/3 that, when activated, give +2 damage to a friend, or +2 attack to a damaged friendly unit. Sorry, guys, tripping over my words here. Planetary defense system. It's kind of cool, but we still don't have firepower. And recover losses. Draw a card for every friendly unit. Deal 1 damage to all friendly units. This could have some really, really strong possibilities here, guys. We're a bit high on the 4-drops, so I'm kind of meh about that, but Punisher still seems like a really good card. It's a 4/4 for 4, and you can give +2 to another unit. At the same time, though, recover losses, you could potentially draw a hand again. So, what do you guys think? I'm stuck between those two. You know, guys, I like bodies. I like being able to hit people in the face with things, so it works out well. At the same time, you gotta have cards in hand in order to do this. Like, it's your only option. So, what do you guys think? I'm torn. I honestly am. I know Hex is probably sitting over there just like, you noob, this is how you should play this. Duh. Hex seems very, very more experienced than I am this one. Hex, you're my go-to guy since Alex left me alone by myself to go refill his tea. So sad. So sad. I'm thinking the Punisher, though, unless someone else has any contradictory statements. You like the Punisher value, Hex? Okay, I do too. We're going to go with that since someone else decided to speak up. Yay, curves. Alright, guys, so let's look real quick. We have 1 support, 2 supports, 3 supports. 3 supports so far out of 8 cards. So Oathkeeper isn't a bad idea. At the same time, though, the Syndicate, I love the Syndicate cards. You guys know I like the Syndicate cards. Oh, nice, Hex. I'll have to check that one out. The Destroyer, though, shield, activate, deal 1 damage to 2 random enemy characters. It's nice, it's not bad, but at the same time, we need some of that lower end curve, early game playability. So, unless someone has a strong argument for this Oathkeeper, I'm probably going to go with the tough. You know, like I said, we do have, like I mentioned, 1, 2, 3? Is it only 3? Okay, it's only 3 support units so far, but at the same time, like, we're getting that in early, so it is something like that I could possibly, I don't want to say build into per se, but it could be. Fair enough, Petrus. Fair enough. That actually is a very good point. You know, I don't know. I'm not super impressed with the Destroyer's ability, so I'm not sure how playable it is. I mean, the damage is kind of nice. The shield's kind of nice. Like, I'm not going to disagree with that. Sorry guys, I'm answering questions as well. We are getting blown up. One of our awesome contributors, Palmer Lucky, donated $20,000 to help support the troops. That is Palmer Lucky, who is the founder of Oculus Rift. Thank you, Palmer. We appreciate it. Love the support of the troops. $20,000 is a lot of support. There we go. Alright. We had to say a nice quick thank you. Woot! Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Syndicate. Now we got another Pillager, we got a Sensor Network, or we got a Rage Dog. Activate. All friendly damaged enemy units get +2/+1. Good lord. Done. Conspirator, at the end of your turn, deal 3 damage per active cipher to the enemy commander. We don't have any ciphers. Cloak, at the end of your turn, restore a random friendly unit, a damage unit up to 2 HP. Excuse me. Got the hiccup, guys. Or Freelance Tech, a 3/3 for 3 that gives a support unit +1. Ah, man. I'm trying to get more of these support units. I don't know, the Field Medic seems a bit too strong to ignore, guys. And we don't have any early game cards right now, so we're going to go ahead and grab the Field Medic. Give +1/+1 to a random friendly unit every time your opponent activates a module. Shock Trooper seems decent. That Rage Shock seems really good too. But the Destroyer, 4/4 for 5, that deals 1 damage to all enemy characters. Goodness, guys. Goodness. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Shock Trooper. I like the card. The card seems good. Although I do like this Harbinger. It's a nice board wipe. It's not too far off on the curve versus abilities. Alright, I can do one more 5-drop. That's fine. Rippers. Ah, you guys know I love Rippers. But at the same time, that Punisher is good. You know, the Scourger, it's a decent card. I like the card, but we still don't have firepower. So between the Ripper being a 1-drop that can get big, and the Punisher being a 4/4 for 4, you see, the 4/4 for 4 is such equivocal value for me. And, you know, as a card player, getting equivalent resources out of what I'm having to spend is a big deal for me. At the same time, man, we only got those 2 1-drops early on. But Petrus did give us some good advice. He did say pick your first 15 cards based off of what's good, fill your curve out from that. So I'm going to go with the Punisher. Might be greedy, might just be me.
I like that choice. Came in, just wanted to let you do that on your own. I like that one.
So, Alex, what is your opinion on these Rage Docks? This is now the 3rd one I have the ability to get. I've gotten one so far, but I'm starting to think more and more about it, and it seems really good.
It's a great card. It's a great card, especially when you've got those tactics that deal damage to all of your units. Remember, there was a card that lets you draw a card for every unit you damage, and it damages all of yours. If you can follow it up with a Rage Dock, that's a winning combo right there. I also grabbed a snack. Hope you don't mind.
So you went for the full supply refund. Okay, I see what you did.
Oh yeah.
Tea, snack, the whole 9 yards. I see it. So, alright, so Soldier of Fortune is a 1-drop 2/3. That automatically gets my attention just a little bit. Where you can transfer to Commander with more HP at the end of the turn. Never mind, that sounds bad. We're playing a little bit more of a beatdown style. And then Tower Eyes, I mean, it's cool, but I don't see the real hardcore value there. So we're going to go with the Rage Dock. Another Tower Eyes, 2 in a row. Same spot. Convoy Escort, Impact. Module activation costs 4 energy and 1 supply less for 0. Oh, 0 minimum. Okay. That would be weird if it could go, you know, -1. I get a supply anytime I activate my module. That'd be pretty cool. So it's a 4/5 for 5. That's kind of cool. We don't, as you mentioned earlier, we don't have module selection quite yet, so the real value of that card I feel like is slightly understated at the moment. Railgun Artillery, activate, deal double firepower damage to a chosen character. We still have nothing for firepower. And Tower of Eyes we already talked about. I feel like the Convoy Escort here may just be the choice anyway, just simply because it's a 5.
Yep.
That has 4/5. I mean, and the 1 supply less. I guess we can ping things for 1 damage for 0. That seems fair.
That you can. Yep.
I like it. I like it. War Banner. Oh, I haven't seen this before. Lose 1 charge and give a deployed unit revenge. Deploy a 2/2 clan warrior. Ah, all right. Okay.
And it's a 3-drop.
It is, and it's better than the Soldier of Fortune. And but the Iron Grip. We didn't get one of those earlier.
But we got the Vraxian Pillager.
We did, that's true. We already got the Pillager. So War Banner does seem like the smarter play here. I like getting more bodies for less. The Mighty Kong! What's up, buddy? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Make sure if you have not already downloaded Star Crusade, you hop on it. We have a special link below the channel. For every download we get, $1 does go to support the troops as we are demoing the game now. And you're right, Hex. That's your jammy jam? Alright. Hex, I feel like you and I are going to be chatting a lot in the future. Cannibalize. Target unit gains a revenge. Restore your commander's HP equal to this unit's max HP. That seems kind of strong. At the same time... Oh, okay, so now, guys, we passed 15 cards. We've officially started getting firepower cards. Go figure.
Yeah, exactly. Now we don't need it.
Go figure. I don't know. I like Cannibalize. At the same time, the 3-drop 4/2 as our 3-drop slots are a bit shy right now. Isn't terrible. The 5/5 for 6 is kind of nice. Now, Alex, answer me this. Firepower does that need there to be initial damage available on the commander before it affects anything? Or is
So
firepower a separate number?
Yeah, it's a separate number. So you start out with 0 firepower. Some units will grant firepower. Other units will give permanent firepower boost. Others while they're on the field.
Okay, so realistically, without any real effort being put into the firepower synergy strategy right now, at this point in already halfway through our picks, I feel like I should kind of ignore the firepower bonus and look more at the stats of the actual card if I'm going to go in that direction. At the same time, what kind of big guys I feel like being able to have that cannibalize, just to turn around and smack somebody in the face after dropping Energized Fractal until it's about to die, seems like a good play.
Yeah, now I think that Cannibalize will work. I don't know that you can play it on enemies. You can play it in an enemy unit, but I'm wondering if it's going to then restore the enemy commander up.
Target unit gains revenge restore. I believe that would restore your enemy. I'm pretty sure it does, because it does say your commander's HP, and it's the unit gains it. So, Alright, we're gonna go ahead and grab the Cannibalize. I feel like it's a safe item at this point. See, I told you guys, I knew this was gonna happen. I called this while you were away. As soon as I started getting decent support cards, I was like, man, I'm gonna get a support lord at some point. I'm gonna hate life.
Yep, there he is.
Sure enough.
Did you get support? You got a field medic, I see, and an expeditionary squad.
2,
That's
3 on the pillager. 4, 5 with the punishers.
Oh, you got 2 punishers? That's great.
Yeah, I'm thinking actually the field commander might be a good choice
5
here.
out of 17? Well, now you're going to need to... The problem is you're going to force yourself into a situation where you're now going to get this field commander, and because of it, you're going to end up getting... You're going to go heavier on support.
Well, we'll look at the other 2 cards here. At the end of your turn, deal 3 damage per active cipher to the enemy commander. We have no ciphers, so a 3-1 for 3 seems kind of meh. The Conduit Warden, if you have less energy than your opponent, restore 5 HP to target character. It's a 3-5 for 4. I mean, that actually is kind of nice. At the same time, we have tons of 4-drops right now. Support GOG new meta.
No, try the field commander. I'm really interested to see what happens.
Burka, thank you for subscribing 5 months in a row. You're awesome. We appreciate the support. Oh, there we go. Ordnance Specialist. We got a support already. Scent of Blood. Deal 1 damage to a unit. Adjacent units gain Swarm. Now Swarm's not a tactic I've heard of, or a mechanic I've heard of yet.
Ability. Swarm is +1 attack for every friendly unit.
Oh.
It's like the opposite of Zeal.
Ooh. And being able to do that on one of my own guys, so that way 2 of my own guys get Swarm. Ooh.
And just technically, you can, if you have, you can. It also just deals 1 damage, right? So if you have an enemy unit with 1, health, and you absolutely must kill it, then it's technically it will do the job also.
There's also another planetary runner here.
But it's a 4-drop. You got to watch that curve.
It's true. We have a lot of 4s, and we have a decent amount of 3s. We have no 2s.
I say just grab the ordnance specialist.
Yeah, I think you're right. The 2-drop's nice. There's a combat engineer. Super secret support deck tech, man. Alright, so we got a regulator, a reaver, and a fighter carrier. Combat fighters are mercenaries, if I remember correctly?
They're support.
Are they really?
But wait.
It's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it.
The thing is, again, so now what if we don't get the field commander? I mean, we have a 1 in 30 chance of getting the field commander, and if at the beginning, let's say we have 7 in 30. So, like, are we really gonna mulligan hard for the commander?
I don't think so.
Screwed. So the regulator.
The regulator definitely seems good. If anything, it's still a 2-drop 2/2. Alright, so Syndicate Stormers by far has to be one of my favorite vanilla cards you guys have made. I think a 3/2 for 2 that also has a, I'm gonna keep calling it a tribal tag until I can remember the correct phrase, so feel free to correct me.
Type. Yeah, but that's fine. Tag is fine.
Type support is nice too. I mean, the Corrupted Hound is cool, but it is what it is at that point. Iridium Volunteer, we've kind of already just basically given that one the finger temporarily, so we can find a better use for it. And I can also need more 2-drops anyway, so
You do.
thinking
Yep.
the Stormer's here. Alright, now, Infiltrator has mobility, disable any character that Infiltrator attacks. Sacrifice right,
I put
destroy.
that my pick here.
The Infiltrator would be your pick?
I think the sacrificial rites for me is an instant pick here. because
Destroy
it's
target
hard.
unit, all friendly units take one. Ooh, yes. And Oculus we don't care because it relies on firepower. Done. Battle Tactician, all Cypher cards cost 1 supply until the end of your turn. Energize 6, draw a card for every Cypher play this turn. That is what it is. All units with Soak, lose Soak, and take 1 damage. Ooh,
You
the
sounded
Bombarders.
like a flight attendant there for a second. Oh, cipher cards. So that's one supply.
Welcome to Star Crusade Airlines, where all Cypher cards cost 1 supply until the end of your turn. Don't forget, folks, if you energize 6, you can draw a card for every Cypher played this turn.
Well done, sir.
Please keep all broadband connections plugged in until your game has commenced. I'm kind of digging the Bombarders here. My 5-drop's already gotten a little bit of love. At the same time, the Tactician is what it is. I mean, I don't know. The lack of 2-drops kind of makes me think the Tactician wouldn't be bad. It does have the possibility to be buffed by that Lord. At the same time, though, Slicer seems decent. I'm not a huge fan of the fact it hits my guys, but I don't think I actually have that many Soak. Double
You
checking
know,
real quick.
Bombardiers, I think it does the trick, or the battle.
Oh, that's
Tactician
right.
could
Armored
support
is
that.
it can only take 1 damage at a time, right?
Right. Yeah.
Ah, okay. We're gonna Bombardiers then. I like that. The Crusher, Rapid Strike Team, or the Guardian. I do like the mobility of that strike team. That 3/4 for 4 is nice.
Mm-hmm. The Arceus Cruiser is good. You don't have any 6-drops.
That's true. We do need some late game here. Alright, we're gonna go with the Cruiser. Blood Fury Ritual. I haven't seen that one before. Destroy a friendly unit. All friendly units gain +3 attack until end of turn. That is disgusting.
But
That
it
is.
requires some stuff.
Oh yeah,
So-
no, but still, that's pretty good. I
Should
feel
we
like
try the Drudger attacks and allow? I mean, Fighter Ace is good too because it can give soak to another friendly unit.
I do like that Fighter Ace. I think we're gonna go with the Fighter Ace.
4
I don't
cards
know,
left.
man. The Drudger text though, goo. You can
Yeah, but I
get
mean,
rid of
do we
some
have-
really meaty
Do
dudes
we
that
have
way.
a lot of units we can swap?
I was thinking you can also use it on your opponent if they've got like a 1/6 or something like that. Well, let's check our guys because you're right. We do want flexibility with both things. Let's see. Oh, we are severely lacking in screen right now.
Yeah, we're pretty even with our HP and attack, except the Bombardiers. They're 2/5 and Arceus Cruiser is 5/3. But everybody else, oh, you got the Harbinger and Destroyer. That's great.
Yeah, I think the Fighter Ace might be the better choice here. That Soak 1 could be really useful in multiple cases.
Yeah, I think so.
Show that
If you
2-drop
play it by
spot some love.
itself, it just gets soak.
Ah, there we go. There's the 1/6 screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course, right after we get.
Of course, yeah, that's how that works. So I like the 2/4 on the repair team. It's not bad for a 3-drop, and I like the 3 HP I get back from it. At the same time, I do feel like we need some kind of sustainability in the sense of a screen type thing.
Mhm.
So I'm
Yeah,
kind of
it's a good screen. It's a great screen.
I'm thinking the patrol here.
Go for it.
Because I feel like the 2 health you lose for the 1 less supply in comparison to the bunker isn't really worth it. I'd rather get
Yeah.
the 2 more health.
Yeah. And he also looks awesome.
He does look awesome. So we already automatically can get rid of the Scourger. We know it doesn't do anything in our brains. The 4/2 mobility is really nice. At the same time, we are flooded with 4-drops right now. So I'm thinking the Sergeant, mainly because it is a 3-drop, which we still have a decent amount of as well, but we also get 2 bodies out of it.
I like that. Yeah.
Alright, and then I really like the Cloak Assassin. It might just be me, but I'm a fan of the Cloak Assassin. The 3/1 that basically, unless they play a tactic that does randomized damage, you're going to get at least 1 hit out of it. is nice.
Yep.
At the same time, having another screen, because we only have one right now, isn't a terrible idea.
Okay.
I don't know, Alex,
Yeah,
what are
I
you
think
thinking?
it's between those two. I like this. I probably like the screen more actually.
I agree. Oh, there's a Hellfire
Yes!
cannon.
We got the cannon. Oh my god! In the last card, we got the cannon. I was very nervous we're not gonna get that cannon. We really need it.
Boom. So,
All right,
guys, if you've
good.
not done a raid before, this is actually one of the coolest things that to me makes this very unique experience. You're actually like on this planetary expedition right now when you're in a raid. It's pretty cool. So I get to pick the first person I'm coming up against, a peon.
Peon. It's random. It's the planet is called Peon. It's randomly generated, so we call it Peon.
Yep. And the faction is neutral, meaning that we can fight pretty much anyone, from my understanding.
Yep.
And difficulty being easy. Now the cool thing, guys, that this is also different with other games, is that faction actually does matter. On some other planets, you will actually see that you will specifically run into someone of that faction. The other thing is battles to capture. There are planets that will take more than one fight, I'm assuming, at some point.
Yep, and there's additional rewards also that you can get.
Awesome. Now, we're looking at this one. What is that additional reward symbol? Is that specific, or is that just a generalized additional reward?
You can get cards, you can get scrap, and you can get an extra fleet. So, for instance, right now you've got 3. If you run out of all 3 fleets, you lose the raid. You've completed it. But there's some planets you can go to restock.
Imagine that, guys. Imagine if you're like, you were grinding it out in Hearthstone, and somehow you were able to get another chance at a key. That's basically what they're telling me I can do. I can get more attempts to keep playing and winning more rewards, which accumulate and stack up as I go farther on. Haha, it's like using the movie name when you're talking. Stack up. Alright. So, that is, I'm actually being told, oh wow, we did already crack our 3 hours. Alright guys, I'm glad we were able to get through the raid experience. I really did want to play one game real quick, so I might try and still do that anyway. But before we do that, I want to make sure that we are saying a huge thank you to Alex and the folks over at Star Crusade for the awesome stuff they're doing for this weekend. I want to say thank you to the fact they're going to be out next weekend as well, so you guys make sure, check out social media. We will be posting as soon as we got a time locked in for them. They're awesome folks, and maybe, just maybe, we might be able to set something up on a more regular basis with them. Depends on how much more Alex can stand hanging out and chatting with me.
No, I love the cause, and it was surprisingly nice to hang out with you also, Kevin. So thank you very much for having us. We're always happy to support the cause and hang out.
Love it. Now, Alex, before we go, you mentioned there's some kind of really cool tournament thing going on next weekend. You want to tell us a little bit about that real fast?
Yeah, there is. So I want to get the link for us, but it's you can find it on the Steam updates, but I'm going to find it right now. So we have Star Crusade tournaments that we do. It's free entrance to get in, and you can win a bunch of boosters, and there's even some small cash prizes that are given out, along with like a card back, and it's going to be commentated. A lot of our user base is overseas, so we got a lot of Russian viewers, and so we're going to do Russian commentating and the English stream separately to commentate the tournament. And the tournaments we'll do every once a couple weeks. So if you missed this one, it's okay. Come back for the next one. So let me do a search for this one, and I'll send you to that one.
Awesome. Now guys, don't forget, below we do have the box. It does have the special download link for Stack Up. So if you're wanting to play, you're wanting to hang out, you're wanting to learn more about this awesome CCG, make sure you click that link below. You download Star Crusade on Steam. Phenomenal game in early access right now. So keep that in mind. Talk about the things you love. Make sure, hey, if you guys want to pass on some feedback, don't go spam it in the forums and stuff. Kick it over us. We'd love to let the Star Crusade guys know whatever constructive feedback you guys have for the game. We, of course, will be doing more about it. This might actually drag me back into streaming, guys. I might actually have to play this a bit more for you. But, Alex, thank you so much for stopping by, bud. It was a lot of fun.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much for having us again. We'll be supporting the cause all week long, all weekend. We'll see you hopefully next Saturday. I just sent a link for the tournament update. If anybody wants to add me in game, I'm first officer, Pleasure hanging out with you, my friend.
Appreciate it, guys. Guys, this is Kevin, Director of Operations here at Stack Up, signing off. Remember, guys, Call to Arms does go on all weekend, as well as the Makeup Weekend next weekend. We will be doing tons of fun things, and as always, guys, remember, stack up. Have fun, guys, and it was nice seeing you.
Thanks, guys.